Yeah, what's up, you beautiful people? What's going on? What's going on? 2023 gardeners, 2023 people, are you ready to get that gardening going, guys? We got to get prepared and ready and ready. We want to set everything before the spring. We want to start doing what we got to do because we don't want when spring hit anything stopping us. So guys, are you ready for 2023 gardening project? Are you ready? Are you have any plan? Do you have any plans? Do you have any special plan that you think about planting this year? What's your idea? What's your plan? How you gonna plan? How much you gonna plan? Where you gonna plant? Did you study your layout? Did you study your garden layout? Did you study where the sun shines the most? Did you study the plants that need more sun? Did you study the plants that do not need too much water? Did you study these things? Because guys, this is how you get production. It's Psalms 146. How you doing? Thank you for being here. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, let me see what Psalms 146 is saying. Good afternoon, everyone. I'll be here. Okay, background. I'm starting seed. Wow! You started seed right now? This is exciting. Wow. All right, Urban Gardening, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Okay, let me see what Urban saying. I'm getting ready slowly but surely. All right, you still got some time. So just get your seeds and your compost prepare and ready for when that time comes. Because guys, we ain't want no holding back. Got my hydroponic started and going to start my herb soon. All right, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. But you know what, Orban? I'm also gonna look into the hydroponics. I never really do it. I have no idea about it because I never interested in it. But you just never know. You got to have backup plans. You know what I'm saying? If you can't do it outside, at least you could do something inside and got some food going. So I will be looking forward to see your videos them, and I'll be paying attention because I want to start doing a little thing indoors as well. Even I ain't do it wholeheartedly. I want to learn about it. You know what I'm saying? Hi, Triple Chat Firearm and Defense. How you doing? Thank you for being here. What's going on? All right. So it seems like everybody getting ready, and I'm excited. I'm so excited when gardening season hit. I'm on the edge. I love it. I never do it. Doing soil indoors again, too much bugs, but I'm in the cold climate. If I wasn't in a warm climate, I would. Okay, I got you, which makes sense. Outdoor or in a greenhouse, which makes sense. Which makes sense because you at least you don't have that length of growing season and you want to make sure you grow food, especially you trying to eat your own, eat what you grow. That makes sense because I'm definitely gonna try it. At least learn more about it. Gotta start the bok choy and green in a few weeks. Okay, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. I already start my cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower. They done bust already. So I'm getting ready to plant them in January. Cause they could stand the cold weather. And right now we getting beautiful weather right now. Today was amazing. Yesterday was amazing. So we getting some beautiful weather, which I'm gonna be planting most of them edibles in January. So yes, 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 it's getting excited. You know, I'm looking at my cabbage right now and I'm so anxious to plant them. But I'm gonna wait until the ending of the month, give them more time to strengthen up and get them in the ground. I cannot wait. I'm telling you right now. I cannot wait. So it's good to know that you guys getting ready. It's good to know you guys preparing. If you're doing it outside and you have the space, start preparing your beds, start preparing your containers. Please do not wait till spring to do that if you have the space. Some people don't have the space, so I do understand. They got to wait until, but if you have some space outside, start prepping your containers, start putting your soil inside and just leave them there and let it do its job until when the spring come, you just start planting. Okay? And for the people who, okay, let me see. Next week I need to walk on the raised bed and yes, you should. And the kind of weather you get in Triple Jet Fire, not it shouldn't hold. No, you should be definitely putting the walks because you could start plant a lot of stuff evening this month, evening next month. You definitely could start planting stuff. So you shouldn't wait. You should try to get the most out of this year, the growing season. Yes, I did indoor seed start last year and bugs I can't do. Yes, I understand because nobody want no bugs in the house and these plants, but I don't know. I don't really see bugs like that. I'm not. I don't know. Well, maybe I ain't seen none as yet. Let me see. I don't see none as yet. But I ain't see any so far. The only thing I saw was a bug walking up in like in the soil. Like in the soil, I saw that. But like the bugs that flies around, I'm not seeing them. I don't know. Which I'm not hoping to see any. But yes, it's really, or maybe get, I don't know, get a little space in your garage or wherever that you can, because it's important to start them indoors. It's important because the reason why I'm saying it's important because you're able to get them to that point where by the time you plant them, they're big and ready to go. In when you're doing them from outdoors, then you might have to buy. And I'm not trying to buy a plant for $5. Honestly, I'm not trying to do that. Last year was $4 and change. This year it might be $5. So I'm surely not trying to buy nothing. So I have to do them indoor. I have to. The nuts they start not long before it was time to. Really? What about okay? I'm gonna tell you something you could use. Please try. I'm gonna for those things. I'm gonna tell you something you could use, but please do not spray them. Please, okay. Hey, she stole my thunder. How you doing? Thank you for being here. What's going on? Okay. Triple Chat Firearm. The white vinegar, right? This works for me. A year they was staying me up, and it really works for me. So I'm gonna tell. I don't know if you can try it, but my mixture that I used was white vinegar and water. Two cups, 2 cups of white vinegar into a gallon of water and shake it well and spray them one time and see how it working, then you spray it. But what I will say, please try it on one plant. I don't want you to go and spray everything because vinegar strong. Vinegar could burn up your plant. So if you trying to spread, use it. Please try it on at least 1 or 2, or try less than 2 cups of vinegar. The measuring cup, not the coffee cup. The measuring cup. Try 2. Maybe you could try 1.5 just to make sure. But I used 2 and it worked wonderful for me. Okay? Let me see. Just watching in the back. Don't mind me. Got digital food and drinks for Edward. All right. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for the tip. Yes, that works very well for me. It did amazing job. I catch the worms and the white flies. I catch them very early. I walk in the morning one day and I saw they was eating on my cabbage them. So I catch them early and I start using the vinegar and water. And I was able to harvest some huge cabbage from them because and I didn't see them after that. So try it, but please do not add more than 2 cups. Maybe you could add less just to be sure. All right. Hey, hi Ruth in Georgia Backyard Garden. How you doing? Thank you for being here. All right. Okay. Yes, because guys, listen me. I want everybody to be very successful in. It's not that you don't be successful. That's not what I'm saying. I just believe this year, guys, this year, I just have a feelings. I don't know. I don't know. But I just feel this year is the year when we got to put in our all. I don't know about the other years. I'm not saying anything gonna happen because I don't know. But I just feel this year, guys, put in whatever you can put in. Start early, plan, put as much as you could control, grow as much food as you can, as much as you could control, do it. Okay? I just have a feelings that things gonna change in the next couple of years coming. So put in your work, plant as much food as you can, grow food that not hard to store. Try to figure out food that ain't hard to store, that you could just put them in a corner and they could store right there. Instead of you got to worry about the canning, you got to worry about other things. You could just put them in a bag, a box, and they store for themselves. Look into that. Not trying to scare anybody. I'm just saying it getting to a time now where we got to try to plan, grow as much food as you can. I know you guys seeing the changes, and look what happened, guys. Look what happened to the fall garden. You see, we were never prepared. Yes, yes. We was never prepared for that. What happened in the fall? We was never prepared for it. It's in the fall, right? When the cold weather come down, it's the fall or the winter. Well, whatever it was, but certain places are used to getting the cold weather, but there's places who don't face this cold weather, and look what happened. This thing is, it don't really bother me because, like I say, I don't plant fall garden. But for the people who plant fall garden, it did them. You see what it did to them. So now we can't look into, oh, I'm gonna plant a little in the fall, in the spring, and a little in the fall. No, you got to try to plant as much as you can in the spring. If the fall you plant and it comes out well, perfect. But we got to look into the fall gardening now for what we now experience. Yes, everyone should be able to grow food. If they don't know, they need to learn now. I surely agree with that. And there's so much information spreading now how to grow food people should really pay attention, because this is a way how you could feed yourself, how you could feed your family. Learn to grow food. It's important. Time is, we don't know. I'm not saying anything gonna happen. I'm just saying things start appearing in, we used to be watching movies 20 years ago. And the movies, what they used to tell we in 2023, 2022, all these things gonna be happening. And you know what I noticed? These things what we used to be seeing in the movies start happening now before us. So it's changing. So it's no time. It's no time to play around. You are right. Things change. We never know. You never know. It's changing. All the guys, when I look at what's happening today, right? When I look at, if you go in a store, the store used to have 10 cashiers, right? Now, all you see in the self-cash out and one cashier standing. So now, that's workers, just people lose their job just like that. And it start happening everywhere. So now it's happening everywhere. Could you start? I'm thinking about it. If this continue, what we're gonna become of human race? We're gonna happen. If you can't get jobs, you have mortgage to pay, you have car loan to pay, you have your family to take care of, you have light bill to pay, you have gas bill to pay, and there's no job. The machine taking the jobs. What in the next few years? Think about it. What's gonna become? What will we be doing? And then these laws gonna be coming in place. There is a lot of laws that's in place that they already passed, but they're not in effect. But they already passed. Some of them we don't even know about them, but they already passed and they're not in effect. But so all they got to do is just slide them in. They already passed. Okay. No, even just for feeding yourself, the food they selling has none. Exactly. So even though it's not about what might happen, it's just about your health for real. Because I don't believe a lot of these things having any nutrition at all. Because you got to understand, and I've been saying this forever, you got to understand, your soil is what feed your plant. These roots that push out suck from the soil. That's where they get the food. That's where they get the food, from the soil. So if the soil is messed up, what are you getting from your food? You see what I'm saying? Nothing inside them. This is why I keep saying, build your soil natural, and you're gonna get the nutrition you need. Yes, a lot of people sit down and they tell you, oh yes, I only eat organic, I only eat vegetables, but they're not growing the vegetables. They're not growing the vegetables, but they're telling you they're eating organic. Yes, they're eating vegetables, but the vegetables, where the nutrition? You understand? They don't have it because of the soil and what's going in the soil. This is why I don't even worry about planting anything in the fall. Because your soil, you're supposed to allow your soil to rejuvenate for itself, come back. Or if you allow the soil to drain out, there's nothing inside of it to feed the plant. Yes, you might still able to get some plant. You might still able to harvest some food. But you're talking about nutrition, nutrition security. We do talk about food security, but what about nutrition security? Our body need nutrition. If the food can't give it to us, well, then we have to go and use medicine. If you can't get it from the food, then you have to use medicine. Too many people on YouTube growing food and fat, fat. I'm not listening to them growing for a show. You know what, oh man? You know what? A lot of people is really not eating the food they're growing. You know what I'm saying? And you're right. A lot of people is just to have content to post, but why go through the process of growing them and not trying to eat them? This is why I do not put anything wrong my plant, because I wanna eat them. The best person to grow your food is you, because it's you growing them. You know what you putting around them. You know what you eating. So you're right. A lot of people is growing food, but they're not eating the food. It's only for create some content, which don't make any sense to me. We got to. I'm not telling anyone what to do, guys. You eat whatever you want to eat, but from me, I stopped eating meat 15 years ago, because I believe I eat enough meat within my lifetime growing up, and then I reached to a point where I said no, enough, no more meat. And salt, I stopped eating salt about 6 7 years ago, and sugar around the same time. If I need sugar, I go to a fruit or something. If I need something sweet, I go to a fruit. Because I've learned that these things make your body sluggish. A lot of these things make your body sluggish. It do not, you cannot even move properly. Your bones hurting you, your hip hurting you, your back joint, your back hurting you, your ankle hurting you. A lot of these things come from what you eat. And I don't have these problems, and I'm eating a certain way. So I don't see why going through all these things, growing food and not trying to eat what you grow. I don't see it. But oh man, I understand you. I understand you, sis. I do understand you. I do understand you. But we got to honestly, we should try to eat healthy as possible. And if you're growing your own food, you should try to grow them. I'm not saying you have to grow them 100% natural. Just try to do the best you can and whatever you can. And I keep telling you guys, these leaf all you have blowing around in all your yard do really well in your garden. My garden proved that. I've been doing the same thing for over 10 years, never add fertilizer, never add, what is it? I don't even know the name of them because I'm not even interested. Never add them, but my garden does pretty well. Okay? But yes, guys, so gardening season is coming. Listen to me. If you're able to plant in March, guys, say for instance you're able to plant in March, right? Or say April. Do not wait until the ending of February to start setting seed. Start setting seed as early as you can. because what you're giving the plants them, they're growing. So when you ready to transplant, then you will be able to plant them even deeper because they're growing. And then they already add some growing days. So from the time you plant them, they're going to be coming in very soon. Okay? And always to remember how much days a certain plant take. So by the time you know, all right, say I plant this cabbage here, and this cabbage take, I'm just saying, 90 days, right? By the time this cabbage harvest, you should have a short crop ready to go in where you plant them cabbage. You see what I'm saying? You should have a short crop ready to go in. When I say a short crop, something that might take 45 days, short crop, because you don't want the cold weather to hit them. So you make sure this is the thing, you have to study. You have to study, guys. I realize now I'm going to grow 12 months a year indoors and grow 10 in the garage will carry me through winter so I can still eat fresh. Definitely. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, Lashos Johnny, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Hey, G3GS Farm, how you doing? Thank you for being here. What's going on? Hey, G3GS, I sent them beans for you yesterday, the pigeon peas. Yes, I did send them for you yesterday. Yes, guys, so we got to get in and grow as much as we can, as much as possible. Grow things you love to eat. Grow a lot of food that you don't have to. Let me see. Urban Garden Chronicles, hello, but I have to disagree with your statement. What statement did Urban do? Hey, G3GS Farm, how you doing? Which one the statement? Okay, all right. Let us know which statement so we can so we can talk about it. All right. Okay. I'm not sure exactly which one. Okay. Yes, guys. So what we do now, we start setting our right now we're in January, and guys, I know you guys see how January is pushing out. We soon, by the end of this month, we're gonna be hitting the end of this week. By next week, we're gonna be almost hitting the 15th. So we basically heading into the February. Then after February, February finished very fast, right? So then we're gonna be hitting in March. March is when spring starts. But we also got to be looking at the frost, the last frost. So you got to be careful with the last frost. You don't want to carry certain plant outside before that frost pass. You don't want to do that. Like plants like okra. I wouldn't even try okra because I did it one time and the frost come and just hit them and dry them up. So I wouldn't do the okra, but with tomato, peppers, some of them you could run the risk. Not telling you to do it because I plant before the frost. Before the frost hit, I start planting peppers, tomato, which is in March. And it don't do anything to them, but everybody's zone is different. Everybody facing different weathers. So I can't basically tell you to do it. But for me, I will try one plant and see how it works, because this is how we learn. We learn because we try things with different plants. We keep trying, and this is how we learn. So I think for all the gardeners, you should start putting your seed them in the soil already. You should invest in a grow light if you don't have one to get them going. If you have a sunny window, like a window where sun come in, you should really start setting up some stuff, right? Get going. So when that time come, you're ready to go. And for the people who want to be planting in June, late May, June, you need to get them your seed at least March, April. Get them in so they have time to grow. All right, they have time to grow. So when you plant them, they're tall enough, and they're in no time they're ready to start pushing out flowers. That's what I do, and it works for me. I'm not sure how it's gonna work for you guys, but you guys should try it. Even with one or two plants, you should try it. Hey, African Dreaming, how you doing, man? Thank you for being here. What's going on? All right, guys, don't forget to hit the like button. But yes, guys, I think this year we should try our best and plant as much food as we can. Something is clearly telling me we have to get into our garden and put in the work, plant the food, invest in a grow light. I will tell everybody, invest in a grow light. Get your plants going early so you will able to have a pretty good harvest. Okay? Hey, Gina versus Gina, how you doing? Thank you for being here. What's going on? Yes, so I think, I grew, you see, I remember when I grew up, not grow up, I remember when I choose my grow lights. With I invest 100 and something dollars in grow lights, and that was a few years ago, right? And the grow light keep for years now. I still have the same grow lights. You see what I'm saying? So invest in the grow lights now and take care of them. When you finish them, just put them back in the box and store them back up and get ready for the next year, because they give you a jump start, guys. The grow lights give you a jump start. Like now, I'm able to sow seed that I'm able to plant in the ending of January. You see, if it wasn't for the grow light, I would have to wait. So I have cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower. I have these things getting ready for the ending of January to plant. So the grow light is important. It helps. That's what I will say. It helps. And then when I'm using the grow light, what I do as well, on a sunny day, I'm going to bring them out and get some air. I'm going to bring them out and get some air and allow the sun to shine on them. You see what I'm saying? So it do take time, work, but it pays off. This is why I could start harvesting May, June, July, August, September, October, November. 6 months only harvesting, no planting. 6 months, 7 months, not 6, 7 months. Only harvesting, no planting. Because I use the grow light and it give me a beautiful head start. Okay, let me see where J3 Urban Gardening Chronicles. Too many people on YouTube going forward and fat. I'm not listening to anymore. Oh, that's this is a statement you're talking about. Not to eat. Well, that's how that's our opinion. But you say you ain't agree with her. Okay, all right, I understand. Do you know if these light LEDs are really as good as they claim to be? Well, I don't know if they're good as they claim to be. I just know they gave me a jump start and helped me to. But the only plant I use with it is plant that I want to plant in January, like cabbage, broccoli, and these things. So it works to get the plants them growing. So I'm not sure. I can't tell you whether they bad or I know it just helped me to able to grow food all year. Because the thing about it is I can forget about the grow lights and I can go and buy the plant. But I can't buy a plant for $5. That's too much. You see what I'm saying? That's too much for one plant. The amount of food I want to plant is really too much. I like that harvest you showed. Yes. Well, in my community right now, what I'm doing in the community, every day I'm trying to post a picture of harvest that I did during last year because honestly, I did so many harvests that I never even recall. I just take the picture of them. So now I'm just showing the reason why I'm doing that is basically so because I be on YouTube and I tell you, okay, this is how, I'm telling people how to plant pepper, how to plant this. So, okay, if I'm telling people that, I have to be able to back what I'm saying. I don't want to be telling you, okay, do this and do that, and yet my garden look a mess and I can't harvest nothing. So I'm basically showing the progress of how I plant and what I receive from my garden. Yes. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Hey, hello, the everyday life of an OCD chick. How you doing? Thank you for being here. Yes. So gardening is something, man, guys. Gardening is something. With me, when come on gardening, I have it all in my head. You know what I'm saying? I don't write down anything. It's all in here. I don't need to write down anything. But not because I'm not writing anything, that doesn't mean you shouldn't. Okay? That doesn't mean you shouldn't write anything because sometimes you need to write stuff down to keep things intact. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes you should write notes. I don't do it, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. I do think you should write down notes because you got to keep records of certain things. That's how you get better. Okay, I don't believe a person should be doing gardening and still stuck at the same level for 3, 4, 5 years. You're supposed to get better. You're supposed to know more. You're supposed to understand a lot of things with your plan within that time. Is no so if you can't remember, you should write down notes, write down everything you can. So you could look through your notes and get better. So if this fail you this year, then you try something new. Never just continue the same way. Always try different things. That's how you grow. That's how you get better. I'm a note keeper. However it works for you, you should. How if you need to keep notes, you keep your notes because you have it there on record. So when you the ending of the season, you go back to your notes and you start looking, and then you say, well, all right, I did this, but it didn't work out. I plant my cabbage in hot sun, and they didn't do well. You ain't gonna go back the following year and plant them back in hot sun again. You're gonna try a cooler place. So this is how you excel in gardening. This is how you develop. This is how you grow. You have to experiment things. You have to experiment. This is how you get better. This is how you become better. Okay? Guys, I'm going to put that link in the chat if anyone want to come up. If anyone want to come up, you could come up. All right. Hey, best life. How you doing? Thank you for being here. It's still possible to grow with very little resource. Never understood completely until we got here. Brother, I'm telling you, African Gmail, watch me. My garden last year, the garden I grew last year, I harvest over 100 pounds of peppers. I harvest over 100 pounds of edibles as well. I harvest so many tomatoes. I harvest so many okras. I harvest so many herbs, so many different things. And it didn't cost me a dime. And this is the honest truth. All my seeds, them, I didn't buy no seeds. Someone gave me a few little, some seeds that I tried for the first time, but I did not buy any plant within these things. And look what I have is your soil. I keep saying, guys, your soil. You don't need all these things people talk about. It sounds very strange to me. I don't even pay attention to the name because I'm not even interested. I don't even interested in the name of them. Because I come from where I see people produce food years upon years without using any form of chemical, any form of whatever going on, and produce. I use that same method today, and it's still working for me. So I'm not adding nothing to my soil. You could use a resource you have. The resources you have in your backyard, you can use them. Not every time you see a plant have on a few dry leaf, mean it need fertilizer. No. Sometimes maybe you're giving it too much water. Sometimes maybe you're not giving it enough water. Or sometimes it might be a pest underneath just eating down the root. We got to think about these things before we think about making these decisions. If I, hi Bean Juice Gallo, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Guys, with me, I cannot tell you guys how to grow your food. I cannot tell you what to put on your food. But with me, if I got to put in all that work to grow food, I don't want too much of things around it. And you could grow your food natural and be very successful. My garden prove this. Grow your food natural. You ain't all these, and I'm listening. I just be listening sometimes, and I'm hearing some names they call, and yes, you need this for the soil, and yes, and this will help thing out the soil. Man, listen to me. I did a video I posted a video a few days ago showing you the soil that come from I think the video name soil test, yeah. The soil that come from the leaf. The leaf when it break down. That soil that come from the leaf when it break down, you'll be surprised. Try to plant some food in that soil. Only leaf, nothing. Try to plant some soil in that, and you see what I'm talking about. Some food in that soil. Use your resource around you. Leaf are better than any fertilizer. I took your tips and I'm spending less on. All right, thank you, Obad. I appreciate that. And I'm happy you're doing it because this is why I keep mentioning it. Because it works. It helps your soil. It helps your soil from being too clammy. You know, like how sometimes your soil real clammy for no reason. That help make it kind of spongy, like give it a spongy feel. So the plant's root could push through it. Trust me, guys, I know what I'm talking about. I've been doing this for a very long time. See my parents do it, and I grow in and doing it, and now I'm showing the same thing, and it works wonderful. Next year, I'm going to ask everyone in my neighborhood to for their leaf. Yeah, you should, but not the one that spray their, that some people spray the trees and all kind of stuff. I'm not sure about that. If you're trying to stay away from the chemical, like me, I get my leaf, no chemical, nobody spray nothing. It's just leaf that fall from the trees and just fall on the ground. Then I'll be taking myself in the bushes to rake some leaf and get all the compost from underneath. Yeah. If you guys have trees around you and you're afraid to go through the bushes, just put on your water boots and a machete or something. You don't know what you're missing under those leaves. I'm telling you. Windows better than okay. All right. Yes, plantain urban, those leaves are golden. Yes, I've been talking about them forever. When you add a little soil on them, they break down faster. They break down so fast because the leaf I had last year in my raised bed already break down. When you dig in the soil, you're not seeing no leaf. All the leaf gone. When you dig in that soil, there's no leaf. All the leaf gone. So they break down very fast. Hey, African Dreamer, how you doing, man? What's up?
What's going on, brother? How you doing? How you doing?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? I'm here.
Wait, I'm not hearing you. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead. Take your time, man. I'm here.
Okay, I'm hearing you now.
Okay, you can hear me? I hear you just fine. I can hear you good.
Let me see this one.
No worries, bro. Take your time. Take your time.
Africa dreaming.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Can you hear me? Hello. I can hear you good, bro. I don't know if you can hear me or not.
Okay. Okay, talk now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you now. Yes. What's going
Okay.
on?
Okay. No much, man. Good to see you, bro. Long time since I've been able to be up on the live with you, so I'm glad I caught you.
Okay, okay, okay. That's good. That's good. Yes. So what's going on?
Yeah,
Everything
man.
good?
Everything is good. I'm just usually, I'm back in the bushes, but I'm usually listening. But sometimes I get to catch you. You may be going live at like late, and I get to catch you when I'm up early in the morning over here. But
Oh,
man, I love this conversation. I love this conversation because over here, man, we grow with so little as far as different things that you can add to your soil, different things you can add to your mixes. It's really basic, man. It's real simple, but people grow food all the time, man.
that's what I've been saying all the time. All this year I've been saying this. We don't need all these things I'm hearing about. I don't even listen to them. I don't even pay attention because I know better.
Right, right. Yeah. Hey, bro, I want to get your opinion on something. Maybe you can like, you know why, like, we don't show as much. I can tell you the reason why we don't show as much vegetable and fruit and this and that we can. I mean, we can go to the market and we can show people different stuff that maybe they don't have in the States. But over here, when people grow food, everybody grows food to eat. Very rarely do you see people grow something like and this ain't against nobody, because in the States that's something we have the luxury to do. Oh, I want to try this just to see if I can grow it or how it grows or this or that. We grow a lot of the same stuff over and over here in Tanzania because it's little room to spend money for like experimentation. If I grow
Mhm.
marage, which is the bean, I know I can eat the bean. If I grow the nanya, the tomato, then I know I can eat the tomato. If I grow ndizi, banana, I know I can eat the banana. So it's really like I've learned that it's like a luxury, man, to be able to just go to a nursery or to pick this and say, "Oh, I want to try this, I want to try that." No, baby, because like you're not turning on the garden hose, you count on the rain. The rains
Right.
is what make people eat. So it's just a little bit different. I really been humbled because everything is like, I don't want to say serious, but do you understand what I'm saying, bro?
Yes, yes, I understand. Yeah,
Okay.
I understand clearly what you're saying. Yes, because like what you really say, I mean, it make a lot of sense what you're saying. It makes
Oh
sense, and
yeah.
I understand we're in different places, and because basically the way you seeing it out there is the way I grew up seeing it. Honestly.
Mm-hmm. I can tell. I can tell when you talk. I can tell when you talk, bruh. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same way I grew. The thing about me is, I as a person, I don't. I try to hold on to things that works for me. If
Mm-hmm.
it working for me, I'm holding on to it.
Right. 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 If
Like
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
exactly, exactly. Like like someone was telling me, "Oh, why you don't try some bone and meat and stuff in your compost?" So I said, "For what? Why should I do that? If my garden is working for me, why should I add these other things when I know what could happen by adding these? like for instance, people talk about meat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Adding meat to your compost. You got to understand when you leave meat outside, don't you see what and it's spoiled? Do you see what comes out of it?
Yeah.
You, exactly. That's what you put into your garden. A lot of these
Mm-hmm.
things eat down the root of your plant. So why would I put meat in my compost when I know the danger it could cause in my garden? So I'm not telling anyone how to grow the food and what to use, but you got to think about what you put in your compost, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you can introduce parasites that you otherwise wouldn't have been exposed to. Bro, plan to go. I'm gonna keep it 100, man. Like I'm in a farming community. I live in a rural area, in a farming area, and um, most of the local people, like there are some people use chemicals. They use some of this. They use some of that, but that's usually shipped out to the bigger cities, to the larger areas. But for the local people, because over here everybody grow like they own food. If you got a little piece of, I don't. You could be a businessman. You could be a doctor. You could be a lawyer. You could have any title, but everybody over here, they have some food growing somewhere on their property. Everybody.
Yep.
Social status don't matter. And when it get to like to the point where maybe you have a really dry season or something like that, everybody over here still knows how to survive. They still know how to survive. It's like it really remind me of being growing up poor and growing up in the country and before we moved into Dallas and stuff, going back and forth to Dallas, but growing up in East Texas, my grandma, my grandpa, uh they brothers and sisters, it didn't really matter what was happening in the world because they always knew how to maintain. And when I hear you talk, that's all I hear. That's
All
all I
right.
hear.
Yes, that's what I'm telling you. I'm not letting go from these ways because it works for me. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? It works
Exactly.
for me. So why am I letting go? Because, brother, let me tell you, if something happened today, I'm not gonna be. If I don't have no electricity, I'm not stressing myself. If I don't
Yeah.
have no gas, I'm not stressing myself. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm still
Yeah.
gonna go outside, grab some wood, and cook. You see what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah. Bruh. I got we do have, because we use propane for cooking over here for like to the stove. But sometimes it's hot. It's hot during the day. I don't want to make the whole house hot. I have a small barbecue. I made it from cinder block. I made it
Okay,
from cinder block.
okay.
And most of the time we getting so used to it, we adapted so much that like uh hell, most of the time we cook outside anyway, just because it's just normal now. It's not a big deal. We even had one somebody say before, oh, you American, you can afford, why you cook outside? Hell, because we want to. You cooking outside? Why can't I cook outside?
I still cook outside up to today. I
You
still go outside and cook, man.
you can never go wrong. You can never go wrong. I mean, it takes more work than just the convenience. And again, we do both. So I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm just saying that knowing how to be able to do both is something that can work in your favor should you ever need it.
And
That's all I'm
that
saying.
and that's my real thing about it. This is why I never stop it because I realize having both skills, you can't
Mm-hmm.
go wrong. You could never go wrong because
Exactly.
You have your family. You got to know. This is why I always talk about these skills. I try to show people how to go outside and catch fire, how to cook outside, because I know these skills are very important. Very, very important.
Yeah, they are. They are. Um, I know everybody don't feel that way. It's unattractive to a lot of people,
Yep.
but but because it takes a lot of work. But when you get used to it, you don't even think about it no more. You just like, okay, where's my wood? Let me get this. Do I have the charcoal? Because over here, all the charcoal is actually it's like a petrified wood. You don't have the same kind of charcoal that we have back in the States, right? So it's that the charcoal even is from wood that comes from a certain part of the country. And like for us, I'm in a farming community, but I'm still in a mountainous area. So what
Okay.
people over here decided to do before they would use too many chemicals or use this or that, they decided to ship the food because out to the Serengeti, you can have certain crops that go good because it's warmer, it's drier, and then you have certain crops that go good where we are. So they decided to work together and like trade. So it's just it's a whole different way of life. But when I'm hearing you talking, I sometimes I wonder, damn, you from over here? Like, did you grow up over here, or is it?
It's the same lifestyle. It's the same lifestyle. It's the same
Mm-hmm.
lifestyle we use in the islands. It's the same lifestyle that we use because when you look at it, right? Like I just tell people, I just say, what you call living after grid today. This
Mm-hmm.
is how I grew up, and you calling
Exactly.
it you calling
Yeah.
it living after grid. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, bro. Hey, Planter. I'm gonna tell you something. So, like, we even if it for the people who done seen some of our lives and stuff. Sometimes we be on live, and 1 minute me and April, the lights are lit up, and then it gets dark because the power go out. You know
Oh,
what happened? Yeah, but it's okay. No, hamna shida. That means no problem, no worries. Or
okay,
hakuna matata, no worries, no
okay.
problem. But but you know what? When I'm walking through the village and the power not on, or maybe the water not running to a certain area or whatever, you hear laughter. You still hear people cooking. You still hear people talking.
Yeah.
It don't matter. It's no problem. It don't matter.
That's me right there, man. That's me there because I remember growing up. Even when we get electricity, I
Uh
remember
huh.
when electricity gone, nobody worrying themselves. We are casting oil lamp, we have candle. Everybody's still normal.
Ndio salama na wewe na wewe pia. I'm telling you, kaka. I'm telling you, this man to live off grid is like how so many other people live in the world, and it's normal for them. It's
Yep.
normal for them, and that's one of the things that I really try and get people to understand in subtle ways because I don't want to. You never want to seem like how you feel about something is better than somebody else. But
Right,
when I
right.
try to convince people that America, which is my home, I love it, man. I'm a Texan before, damn near before I'm an American. I love where I'm from. I'm proud of
Right,
it. But
right.
at the same time, I try to get people to understand that so many of the things that we used to, the luxuries we have, baby, the whole rest of the world can go without almost everything you used to and be completely fine,
Yep,
completely okay.
that is true. This is why when you see America on TV, when they advertise America on TV, it's like you wanna come, you so wanna come because
Mm-hmm.
you see a whole different life than you live. Because the
Yeah.
big bright lights, you know what I'm saying, the big buildings, you seeing all that. But where you at, you comfortable. You living,
Uh-huh.
you comfortable as hell, nothing bothering you. You eating,
Mm-hmm.
you sleeping, you drinking water. You basically happy.
Yes.
You know, I
Yes.
believe you more happy living off the grid, especially if you're used to it.
Hey, bro, I'm true story. This is something I saw earlier today. So earlier today, I saw it. I forget what it came across, but which platform, but it was a guy and they were interviewing different people, older people. And this guy, I think he may be like early 50s, something like that. And he was from Jamaica. And his the guy asked him, it was like, you know how sometimes they do these interviews on the street? They just walk up to random people on the street.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And he asked the guy, he said, what's your biggest regret in life, or what would you do differently? And the guy was from Jamaica, and he say, my father passed away, and he said this happened back in the 80s, so I guess he did this when he was young. He said,
Hmm.
my father passed away, and I spent all my inheritance. I have a house. He said his dad left him a car, the land, everything. He sold all of that, and he moved to, I think, New York.
Oh,
And New York is really expensive. So he was saying that's the only thing he can think of that he really regret, because he, for everything you just said, it's like attractive. You want to see the light, you see everything that you never seen before, had
yeah.
before. So he just sell everything. He sell the land, he sell the house, he sell the car, he sold all of it plus his inheritance, and he moved to New York. And he said, right now, I just wish I was back in Jamaica. So it can happen, man.
You know what, African G, man? A lot of people I know did that. I know
Yeah.
what you know, say there. I know a lot of people sell their property, their house,
Mm-hmm.
and take
Mm-hmm.
the money and pay passage, pay for the plane ticket, and bring the family to America, bring the family out.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know, if it's, at that time when I see them making these moves, I wasn't so aware of it. It's after when
Yeah.
I realized, I say, my goodness, you sell your property. It's better you than leave your property. Leave
Yeah.
someone inside of it and try get and travel. But selling your property just to get a plane ticket because of what you see, you get
Right.
what I'm saying? And when you
Oh
see,
yeah.
then when you come, then you realize, damn, I was just seeing a
Mm-hmm.
TV. I was just seeing a reflection, a script.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
when you come here, it's a whole different life. You got to start. What people got to understand, when you come here, you got to start from zero. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I give you,
Nothing.
I give you props, brother, for move from here and go over there, because the thing is, you have to start from zero, nothing, zero, 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 and then start climbing, start looking for work, start.
From Yep.
It ain't easy. It's not easy. So to give up
At
the
all.
property that you had, your house for your family, just to be able to buy plane ticket to come to a country, you got to think about that, man.
Yeah. It's not easy, man. And that's why we don't encourage people to even do what we did. We try to tell people the truth, and we try to tell that. You ever notice, bro, like we don't say, oh yeah, everybody, you need to come back. You need to do this. You need This is
Right.
hard, man. This hard. We starting over. We got stuff, we got a few things still back in the States. Most of it we got rid of, or donated or shared or gave away, whatever. But the only good thing I feel good about is because now it's raw land. It's raw land. It's undeveloped. You don't have electricity on it. We don't have water connected to it or nothing, but we have land in Texas.
Okay. Okay.
So all we have to do is develop it and build it. But when you move to a new country, man, you starting all over.
all
You
over.
s- because we see people who come and we see people who leave all the time. And guess what? When you get ready to go back, most cases you have to start all over when you go back because man, it
Yep.
will it'll cost you more to try and ship everything than you paid for everything that you shipping in the first place.
Definitely.
So yeah, thank you, man. Talk about that some more, bro, because that's real. I hope folk really understand this.
You know, a lot of people really don't understand it. A lot of people don't understand it. Honestly, a lot of
Man,
people do. For real.
yeah, it don't
Because
seem like
so,
it.
sometimes when you live it, you home, where you live in, yes, it wasn't, you know, as bright as where you going. Let me just put it this way. But at the whatever it is, whenever you step in that place, is whatever you come with, that's what you have. So now
Mm-hmm.
you might be staying by someone, you only could stay there for a period of time. They don't
Mm-hmm.
want you there forever. You check what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? They will help you,
Uh-huh.
they will only help you for a period of time. After
And
that,
deal.
you gotta get on your own. You gotta find some job to rent some place to make to live because people not keeping you forever. They will give you
And
the
deal.
opportunity to come by me and you could stay for a time. But after that time, a lot of people get put out on the street like that
Sawa.
because
Sawa
yeah,
kabisa.
because people only gave you, okay, I allow you to stay by me for 6 months. Try get a
Mm-hmm.
job, try save some money, and get your own place. And when
Mm-hmm.
6 months and you playing around, you ain't want to look for no job, people will put you out. So it's not
Yeah.
easy. Then you could end up on the street and you had a house
V-
back home. You
very
see what I'm
easy.
saying?
Yes. Very easy. When you relocate to these different places or different countries or whatever, everything Planter Garden just said is 100% true based on my own observation and experience because and even I, it's 54 countries you can move to in Africa. But when you have to come over here with an entrepreneurial mindset. You need to start a business because
Yeah,
you're not you're not gonna step in and take a job away from the local people of that community. For one,
no,
you're not fluent in the language. You can't speak the language. You don't have the community relationships, and I get it. Everything in the world is capitalism and growing and business and this and that. But there are still parts of the world where relationships are business. You can
yes,
have a
yes,
business meeting. We have an attorney over here. When we meet with our attorney, man, hell, we talk about they mom, they dad, what's going on in the family, and then we get to business. It's not like how it is in Western culture because it's about connectivity and community and family and all of that. And if that ain't your type of a hype, that ain't your type of speed, people will look at you crazy if you just want to walk in for 5, 10 minutes
yeah,
and not really man, y'all, it's real out here. It's
yeah,
real out
yeah,
here, baby.
yeah. Is you talking facts, there, man? It ain't no joke. For real,
Yeah.
stepping in another place is not easy. It's really not easy because no, for real.
I
I
know.
will
I'm
not. I
living it.
personally, right? I personally will. A lot of people does be tell. I never hear you say that, but I know a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people tell people, "Oh yes, come to Africa. The government is giving away land. They want people to come there, guys. Just be careful. Just be careful with these kind of language people telling you, boy, you could move. Be careful because you will
Yes.
go down there and stuck. You You will go down there and
Yep.
stuck and sorry you ever leave.
Yep.
Make sure if you want to go anywhere, you have enough funds that you can maybe stay in a hotel if in case thing goes how you didn't expect, you have funds. You could stay in a hotel or something, and you could get a plane ticket back to where you come from. Don't leave
Exactly.
yourself. I'm telling you, you will be disappointed. Don't follow people. Just like I don't know if you guys parents ever tell you, if you're going somewhere, always a taxi fare. Always have some money in your pocket to pay. That was an old saying. Always have money in your pocket in
Sawa.
case something go wrong, you can pay passage home. So be
Sawa
prepared
kaka.
if somebody invite you, make sure you have money or don't go. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah. And I remember back when parents used to say, because yeah, I'm showing my age, but they used to say, at least, keep some change in your pocket for the phone so you can
Right.
call me for the payphone.
Exactly.
you,
Exactly.
so at least you can call me, so I can come pick you, or I can send for you, or at least know where you are. But
Yep.
um and that's why we don't encourage these type of things lightly. Like we never say, hey, just do this lightly, because of what you just said, man. It's real out here. Even no matter what people are telling you, you have to investigate and do research on your own, know what you can
Yeah.
afford and what you can't afford, because uh even if you trying to build up raw land in the states, you can make a complaint to the water company. You can do this. You can argue with the electric company, drive over to them and say, hey, do this or that. If you're trying to build up land in rural Africa, anywhere in any of the countries, in my opinion, it's not finna be as easy as you think it's finna be. The in fact, the infrastructure that you want to bring, like in the states, is basically infrastructure everywhere. Now you may have to pay to have a line ran to here, or have water pipes ran to here. That's fine, but there may not be anything for 50 or 100 kilometers
Right.
around you. So
Right.
even if they wanted to, they not finna do that for you, because it ain't there to do. So
Right.
yeah, somebody can give you a piece of land, but are you ready to live on that land and go pick water in the morning? Are you ready to go on that land and pick water to bring back for your animals? Psst, man, anybody who tell you it's easy, that I don't know. I would look at them twice. I would look at them real hard.
It's not easy. But that life you're talking about there is basically how I grew up. That's the honest truth. You got to get up every
Mm-hmm.
morning and go look for water. You got to naturally go and jog water to feed the
Yep.
animal, to wet the plants them,
Yep.
for you to bathe with, for you to drink. You not that was the life. It was
Yeah.
normal.
I
And
see it. I
yeah, it
live
was
it.
normal. And people still living that kind of life today. So when I hear
And
about
and that's
off the grid,
go ahead, bro.
no, I was saying when I hear about off the grid living, that's the life I grew up living. And people still living like that today. In honestly, in America, you got to put it as how to put it. Yeah, people in America
Mm-hmm.
will say living off the grid because in America you have
Yeah.
everything at your fingertip.
Right.
Everything at your
Mm-hmm.
fingertip. There's people never use the bathroom outside. All they go and
Right.
flush out. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Hey, it's real, bro. It's real. I mean, and even some people, they not used to sharing traffic with the donkey. They're not used to sharing traffic with the with like Can you imagine being in traffic and it's like a pack of giraffes walking across the street, but it's normal,
Oh,
so nobody upset, nobody mad, nobody. It's natural. This is their migration or this their time, and they moving. So, man, it's just a whole different life. That's
it
why we
is.
take this seriously.
It is. It is a whole different life. It is. And
Yeah.
I gotta give you and wifey and your wife thumbs up to, you know what I mean? To just get up and
Thank you,
just,
bro.
no, for real, to just get up and make move, because that move you make, you basically take yourself from living how you grew up into something almost like living off the grid.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
it is
saying?
off the grid.
And you
Yeah,
got to be
yeah.
real. Your mind got to be right, strong
Mm-hmm.
to maintain
Yep.
living off the grid. It ain't no joke.
But you know what,
Hey,
man?
Hans in
Growing
the
up,
daughter, how you doing? Thank you for
what's up,
being here.
Stacy? Hey, I see. You see what Stacy said? What hands in the dirt say?
Yeah, I see. I love to use the bathroom outside. Okay, well, at least you know about it, Hans in the daughter. You know about it. Ain't many people. A lot of people really don't know about it.
Hey, bro, Planter. I got a true story, man. Just to show what growing up in rural East Texas was like in the late 70s, early 80s.
Right.
So the reason that we able to do this, and my wife, she the same way a lot. Uh, we got a grandma that's just turning next go round. She'll, man, 101, 102 years old. Uh, so when I was a kid, there was a really bad fever that came through. Really bad
Okay.
fever came through. And a lot of kids in my age group was sick. A lot of people, they got took from the school, they took for this. My grandma, she cut up one iced potato, the white potato, iced
Mm-hmm.
potato,
Mm-hmm.
and she cut the skin off of it, and she cut it into squares, some small squares and some big squares. And my fever had been like over 102 for like 2 days, 3 days. That's very dangerous for a small child, for
Yeah.
anybody, but
Yeah.
especially a child. So she got a needle and a piece of thread, and she just kept making these potatoes. She cut them into squares, and she ran the thread through the potato, and she made me a necklace. And other ones she cut into
Mm.
slices, into round slices, and she put them all over my body, on my feet, on my stomach, on my chest, on my neck, and the squares she put around my neck. She made me a potato necklace. And every few hours they
Mm.
would change them out because all the potato would turn black because it was
Right.
drawing
Right.
the heat. It was pulling the heat out of my body, drawing the heat out of my body. One of the kids that I grew up with, he actually got so sick from the fever that he lost his hearing
Oh,
because he
damn.
had a rupture to the eardrum. Some people almost died, but those old kind of remedies, those old methods, that potatoes over your body draw, because potatoes hold heat, right? I didn't know this at the time. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
understand when I was little. Man, stuff like that can save your life, dog. Old medicine. Oh, I'm
Yep.
not, but like you always say too, Planter Garden, it's for prevention rather than the cure. Because after
Yes.
you sick, it's too late. You
It's
have to
too
use
late.
this as, yeah, yeah. My bad. Go ahead,
It's
bro.
too late. No, no, you go ahead. You're right. You're right on what you said. It's too late. You
Yeah,
see,
I mean, yeah, yeah. Go ahead, bro.
you finish? No, well,
Yeah.
let me add on to what we was saying there with the potato. Yes, potato do help with fever, and even onion. Got onion
Mm-hmm.
as well. Help with fever
Mm-hmm.
as well. But yes, adding on to what you now was saying, we gotta prevent sickness. We cannot try to get them then cure them, because it's hard to cure sickness when it's already there. Preventing
Yep.
them is where we need to put in the work to
Yeah.
keep our immune system built to fight virus and you know what I'm saying? So we got to always try to
Mm-hmm.
keep our immune system intact. We got to always
Yeah.
work on keeping our cholesterol down. So you're not gonna mess with
Yep.
you know, we need a healthy heart. So this is why we
Right.
got to pay attention to what we eat.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try to, when the doctor tell you you have this, no, you studying which herb could cure what you have. No, we have to work on preventing
Mm-hmm.
disease
Mm-hmm.
than trying to cure them. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? You know when a mango spoil, right? When a mango
Yeah.
spoil, what can you do to bring back that mango?
I want to hear it from you,
Basically
bro.
nothing.
I don't know.
Basically nothing.
It's
It's
gone.
already
It's
spoiled.
gone.
It's done.
It's
It's
gone.
gone. It's the
Yep.
same thing. When that
Yeah.
comes on and reach too far,
Yes.
it's basically done.
Yes.
Ain't nothing you
Yes.
could do more than live off the medicine to try to keep you alive. But
Exactly.
it's not curing
Exactly.
anything. Then when you catch
Right.
yourself, you're on 10 different medicine, messing up your kidney. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So
Mm-hmm.
we have to invest in more time in ourselves. And this is why I keep preaching. You have to watch what you eat. This is why I
Mm-hmm.
mostly eat what I grow. I try not to eat nothing I don't grow. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
95% of what I eat, I grow.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's hard for
Mm-hmm.
some people to do that, but you got to try.
Oh, it's even hard for me because I gotta be honest, playing to God. And I'm hell, we sit over here and we think about some of the poison that we want to eat when we get back to America. That's bad. That's bad, bro, because we
Yeah,
know we
it is.
can't wait. We can't wait to taste it again, and we know it's not good for you, but we grew up from. But at least I'm honest. At least I'm
Right.
honest, man.
But I want to tell you this, man. You see those big burgers, those pretty burgers with the lettuce? That draw a lot
Uh
of people here too, man. That job because they have the
huh.
real food, but the TV, man, it's something about this TV, man. It's
Yeah.
something about
Yeah.
these advertisements
Yep.
that just
Yep.
make you want to drop everything you're doing. And you see
Yep.
what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I mean,
For real. For
I
real,
mean,
man.
it's listen to me. It might sound crazy, guys, but this is for real. These advertisements, I'm telling you, have something in them. People
Yeah.
selling the
They do.
property, people selling the property to pay their ticket to leave. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's something in
Yes.
these things, man. I think they hypnotize you or something. It might
Kaka.
sound
Hey, hey.
crazy, guys, but
I'll say this. Did you know that most of the commercials we see, the soda products that are on there, those are plastic. Those are plastic and rubber. They not even real. They've been spray painted. They've been
right
spray painted. Yes, you
to
can
give it
Google
that kind
look
of
this up.
look.
They to give it a
Yeah,
certain kind of look. You know how they have like the little water droplets on the lettuce and
right.
the tomatoes and all of that. All that's not even real. It's not even real. And
Oh
that's why when you get
wow,
exactly when you get the real like burger or the real, it never look exactly like how it look on the commercial because it's all been spray painted. It's plastic and rubber,
wow,
bro. Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
They messing with yes, yeah, they're messing with people, man. We last just say
Mm-hmm.
so last just say sometime I miss meat. You know, when I now stopped eating meat, it used to, you know, I used to crave sometimes. And what I start to
Mm-hmm.
eat, I start to eat a lot of eggplant and squash and black eyed peas.
Yeah.
Black eyed peas,
Mm-hmm.
lentil peas, squash. They give you a kind of flavor, like
Yeah.
the.
Yeah.
So I use them and replace it. So it helped me not to crave on it, you know.
You know
But
what I
yeah,
crave? Pole sana kaka na wele pira la right. Yeah. So when I sometimes I get to a point where I don't know what it is, man. Mimi penda na mbuzi. That in English translate. I love goat. I love goat, man.
I
Then
hear that.
I try to stay away from. I have to limit myself, like maybe once a week, twice a week. But Mimi penda na mbuzi, and I don't know what it is. But again, even though because meat is hard on your body to process. When you process the flesh, you consume flesh. Your body have to work harder to break it down, and then to get rid of all the enzymes. You can get too much iron. You can get too much anything from meat, but it's really good even for people because I still eat meat. I know you don't eat meat, but you know it's really good to and that's why I like what Lashes is doing, and I'm so proud of her because you give your body a break. And when you give your body a break from breaking down all the stuff that you eat, then your body can start healing in other areas because the energy never goes away. Your body
Right.
has capabilities. So if your body not working so hard trying to break down all this goat or all this beef or all this cuckoo, now we chicken. If you're not trying to break down all this other stuff you eat, this flesh, because it's very easy for the body to digest most vegetables. So
Yeah.
the carote, the ndize, the nyanya, easy to break down. So you just you can start healing in other places.
Right. Because less walk breaking on the meat. So you could walk around
Exactly.
the place.
Exactly. Sawa
But
kabisa.
but I'm gonna lie, goat was one of my favorite growing up. It really was.
Wewe penda na mbuzi, yeah. Eh, you
I
like
used to
some
love
goat too, huh?
I used to love
Yeah.
some what? I used to love some goat, man. Yeah.
I I love goat over sheep, man. Sheep, it's got a really strong taste. If you're not used to it, if you don't really like it, goat can be kind of mild. It's a little gamey, but man, that sheep, woo, depending on how it's prepared.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, Ur- Urban say lamb chops. Lamb is good too. I like lamb. I like lamb. I like curry lamb. But again, if I don't get it myself or just go
Hey,
get it,
Lassus.
hey, Lashas,
Well, one
What?
man, me drive down the road thinking about the meat, man.
where
Man,
we
I
got
miss
them
meat
picnic?
sometimes. Eh? Yeah, me and the picnic them argue nice.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but I miss that meat sometime. I'm not even gonna lie. Mm.
You're gonna get over it. You will get over it.
Yeah,
You
I
just
think
got
so.
to, yeah, you just got to be strong and continue. You know, I don't know. Black eyed peas did work for me. You know, black
Peace.
eyed
Mm.
peas
Yeah.
that did work for me. It really helped me because it gave me that kind of flavor. So I don't know. Maybe you should look into something like that.
Where is the sun? Where is the
Maybe
Yeah,
that might
sun?
help.
The sun. There it
yeah,
is.
the black eyed peas.
I can see. Oh no, it's up. Got so dark.
Yeah.
I never liked black eyed peas. I like red kidney beans though.
Well, right. Whatever one
What?
works for you.
What?
You
You like
know.
black eyed peas?
I
Yeah,
love black eyed.
yeah, that's what.
Come on, man. What?
I probably did like twice, I believe.
I love it, man.
Yeah, lintel. I like lintel.
I like lentil too. But black eyed peas give you that flavor, like you know, like you're eating meat. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it
I'm gonna get
helps
some.
me. So maybe, but you say you don't like it, so you gotta find
Which I
something
never,
to
I
like.
only eat it once because somebody tell me like every New Year, I believe you're supposed to eat it with collard green, something like that. Somebody tell me at my job one time.
Okay,
But I did
okay,
that. Every New Year or something like that for good luck or something. I don't know, something
okay.
like that.
Hey,
But I
Yeah,
did
we
that.
had that's a southern thing. We had black eyed peas this year. We actually got some. We didn't grow ours. We went and got these. But yeah, every year, especially for New Year, because
Hmm.
we from Texas, so even if we don't, even if you don't eat black eyed peas all the time, we eat them at least on New Year's because it's sort of a southern tradition. It's tied back to like American slavery. It's tied to tradition. It's tied. Plus, they just good for you. They just and
Yeah.
we love them. But since lashes don't like black eyed peas, I don't know what to think no more.
I
so
never
man,
get used to it. I'm gonna try it though. Since you
I
guys said, I'm
love
gonna try it.
the aunt in the daughter. I told that girl that she got me mad. I didn't grow it. I'm going to with aunt in the daughter going vegan. That's
Are
good,
you?
man. Yeah. Now, baby vegan and salt. Okay, okay. And salt indeed. I'm in the car driving, can't watch that. All right, oh man. Appreciate
Well,
that.
African over there with his every all that natural stuff. That's good. African dreaming. Fresh air, not a lot of pollution. That's good.
Yep.
Yeah, we really do. I'm telling it. I kind of like what me and Planner was talking about earlier. Sis. We all know that everything come with a price.
Yeah.
Everything come with a price. If you want a simple life, it come with a price. If you want a more advanced or urban or this or that, it come with a whole nother set of pressures. It's all about what you choose for yourself. But I mean, it ties into the conversation because even what Urban was saying, like Urban, I got Urban Garden Chronicles on my mind. Uh, Even what Planter was saying, like when you go off grid, that's becoming more of a thing now. Like people are actually like choosing that as a lifestyle when in the rest of the world, both of y'all from the islands, you're from the Caribbean, at different places, but you both know what that life is like. Now you got people
Yep.
with money that's so stressed out, they choosing to live like that on purpose.
Yep.
It's crazy, man. You can't make this up.
Hey, Cassandra South Fulton, how you doing? Who else? Hey, David, how you doing? Thank you guys for being here. All right.
What's up, David? Hey, Cassandra.
Okay.
Lashes, you need to make me some oxtails. Since you ain't eating them, you can make them and then you can send them to me, and
I still
I'll
need to
take
make
care of
some. I need to make some. Yeah, I'm gonna make some for my husband. 'Cause my husband get tired of my food sometime. I need to buy oxtail. I'm gonna go get me some later on.
Yes, yes. Yes.
Uh,
But it's all is I just believe, man. I just believe that. But I do have a feeling something going down, man. I really have a feeling. This is why I'm telling people this year, plant as much as you can, man. Plant as much as you can.
True.
Because we don't know what's coming. And if we notice what happened a few days ago with the weather, no, we can't
yes.
say we're gonna do winter crop anymore because we don't know what kind of weather
Yeah.
gonna come down. So now we got to try to plant as much as we can in the spring.
That's true. That's
You know
true.
what I mean? Because you don't know. You might plant your winter crop and the weather come and destroy it. So we got to be very careful what we're doing these days, man. And guys, you got to do research on food that could last for a long time. Even though you ain't got to can them, you could just put them in a box and they just could last you for months. Like some of the food
Yeah.
I grow, like Edos and these things could last you for months without you doing anything to them. You just put them in a
Yeah.
dry place and they will last there for months. Yam.
Your Edo don't freeze?
What mean?
Because I think the one that I plant that you gave me, I saw it like frotting up after the frost. So I think it's
Yeah.
dead.
Well, oh yeah, well, I don't know how I don't know how mine is because
Oh.
I plant them kind of deep.
Oh, you plant them deep. Okay, and you
Right.
plant them in
So
the ground. Mine was in a pot.
right. So maybe they're still alive, but I
Mm-hmm.
always save in case anything happen. I still have a whole heap for plant
Yeah.
during the spring.
Okay. That's good. I have
So
some in the
I
ground.
get a few. I get a few over to you before the spring. Well,
All
you
right
got
then.
good weather, so I get a few over to you within
It's
that
going
time,
down to
before that
39
time.
tonight. Is it getting cold where you at? It's 39 tonight. Tonight is cold.
It's not really that bad today. Maybe tonight the weather might change, but it ain't really that bad.
Yes, I'm carrying in everything tonight when I get back home.
Yeah.
So African dreaming stuff expensive there or no? Are the same?
Like for what? For
Food.
food or?
Yeah,
Oh
food. Like
yeah,
if you
yeah.
like hmm?
Yeah, I was letting you talk to Planner. I didn't want to jump in, but when he said what he just said, yes, Lashes, to answer you first. Things here from the time we first got here
Uh-huh.
to now, everything has basically went up by at least like 15-20%.
Mm,
We've watched it because we know how cheap things were here, uh, and or affordable things were here, and yeah, prices are increasing, things are going up across the board. And to what Plants a Garden said, look here, man, I can't explain it, but I'm feeling what he's saying because it's something in the air, man. Like you can just feel it because even people over here are saying the same thing. Like something just ain't right, something's off, something weird
yeah,
going on. I don't know. Everybody don't know exactly what it is, but it's so many different little bitty things you can just see
yeah,
that something is off, man. So like, if you can really do anything to put yourself and your family in a better space, I would consider doing it because I mean the man just mentioned the weather. It's the same thing over here. Like for this time of year, in East Africa and where we at, um, even though it's heading into our summer, you can still see people with like jackets and sweat. Like if I went outside right, if I knew I was finna be, because mostly we hang out outside. We don't just go over to people's house and everybody sit indoors. We like to be outside in nature and this and that. You could wear a sweatshirt right now and be completely comfortable. The weather's changing. The weather's changing all over the planet, man.
Yes.
Something is different. People having issues with crops because not really bad issues over here. I think it's a little better than it is in the States, but at the same time, it's like it's just weird. It's just different. I'm in a farmer community when you can hear people saying, "Oh, this wasn't like this 5 years ago, and I could do this, or I used to start this at this time of year, or start everything he just said." Hell, that ain't just where he at. It's over here too. So, you know,
so
yeah,
true. 'Cause
But
even in Jamaica, my mom said it's cold there, and she said the land not producing a lot of food no more or nothing. She just said everything.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
yeah, it's getting there. And even guys, I do believe if anyone trying to own a piece of land or a piece of property, I think this is the year. I
Yep.
don't know about next year, guys. I think
Yep.
next. I'm telling you right now. And you know, sometimes we see things through vision, and sometimes it sounds crazy when people talking.
Mm-hmm.
But for what I'm seeing now, I think if you're interested in a piece of land or property, this is the year. I don't know about next
Mm-hmm.
year. Next year, you might be able to buy a piece of land, or you might be able to buy a buy a property. So don't be scared. Do what you got to do and get it. I'm telling you right now. Time is
And deal.
changing. Time is
And deal.
changing. You could naturally feel the energy of the change of what's going on.
Yep. Yep. I agree.
Hi, Diversity Love. How you doing? Thank you for being here. I really do think if you want to invest this, a lot of things you want to do, you want to start a business, whatever you want to do, I think this is the year. Because I don't know if you guys paying attention, but machine is taking over slowly by slowly. I'm looking at
Mm-hmm.
houses, at stores where machine taking over, warehouse machine taking over. Where would
Mm-hmm.
people able to feed their family if machine taking over? What is the plan for mankind if machine taking over? Now you got to
I
try own a piece of property, guys. I'm telling you, try own a piece of land or something.
I family, I'm telling y'all, this is just my personal opinion. It's just my personal opinion. I think that what you saying is so true because just like Lashes got her backyard garden, just like you got your garden, just like we got ours over here, I think that within the next 5 years, a couple of years, once it finally click for people, once people finally catch on, it will be such a rush to try and learn what some of us have been saying all along, that it's just going to be an influx of people and you're not
Yes.
even going to know who's who, because some people going to be genuine and other people just going to want to, okay, something wrong with the world, so let me try to figure out how to grow a carrot. But that they don't
Yeah.
know that one that one carrot that they grow not gonna feed you can't even make a good soup. I think I think we finna go through a period where people just gonna wanna they'll be grateful for a good soup and won't even know how to do it because for a lot of different reasons. But you right, bro. You right,
Yeah, I
Planter.
feel,
I agree 100%.
brother, I'm feeling it, man. I feel the energy, man, that something is going down. You know, I've been telling people all the while, start preparing, I've been singing in my life. Start
Yeah.
prepping, start
Yep.
preparing, and
Yep.
then a weather just come and look the weather. Look what the weather come and do. Yes,
Yeah.
we're still able to get gas. We're still able to, but look what it do to so much farmers, so much,
Yep.
so much backyard farmers, so much food get killed from that frost. That's just a
Yeah.
part of it. That's just a
Yeah.
part of it. That's nothing. When it all start collapsing and it's all happening, then you don't have
Mm-hmm.
no gas, then you don't have no electricity, then you don't have no water. That's when the chaos begin. Right now,
And
you're still able to get some gas.
and
But
deal kaka some yeah. Yeah, and deal. And deal.
in order for what something happening and something going and shift in place, right? It going and
And,
shift
and
in place. But in order for it to shift in that place, there's things that gonna divorce it into that place. Meaning there's things gonna start to happen.
uh-huh.
Water problem, gas problem, food problem, and that is we're gonna shape it and fit it right in place. And that's when we're going to realize, oh my goodness, everything changed before our eyes.
Sawa kabisa. Sawa kabisa. Samahani kaka. Lebano. Look, I'm telling you, man, bruh, look, we don't talk about this much. We gonna get into it. We'll talk about it a little bit here and now, whatever. Bruh, it's water coming up in the freaking desert over here.
All right, that's what I'm telling you.
There is water coming up from the ground in places where it hadn't been water in thousands of years in recorded history. Yes, right. I'm telling y'all, you see stuff on the internet, happening. You never know what's real, what's fake, what's propaganda, what's this, what's that. But I'm telling y'all, for real, there is water popping up in the deserts. Rivers that ain't flowed, and hell, we might not even knew about them because they may not be in recorded history. It's starting to happen. I'm telling y'all, man, like Planner just said, I can feel it. You can feel something. Man, it's trippy. It's trippy waking up every day, seeing some of the stuff that we see. And again, if you have a closed off mind, if you have a closed off I guess database, like you only look at certain things and you don't pay attention to everything, you would never know that some of the stuff that's happening is actually real. And that's for a reason too, because you can overload people with so much stuff they don't know what to believe, what to not believe, what to this or that. But at the two crazy things are happening. Some places are so dry and water levels are dropping that we being exposed to stuff that we didn't even know existed on one hand, and on the other hand, places that ain't never had no water are starting to be flooded. I ain't never seen nothing like this in my lifetime.
It's a change, and people got to. A lot of us taking it for granted, but I know there's a change is coming. You know, you can feel the energy is in the air, and you got to remember a lot of stuff we see 20 years ago on the TV, right? Remember we was on the TV, I was hearing, oh, 2025, there's gonna be robots. You know, take it, walking in your home and all this kind of stuff.
Sawa kabisa.
Oh, please, you know, we taking that for granted, but guess what? That time is here. So all them 20 years we've been sitting and taking this thing for granted is right here before us. Ain't robot taking over right now?
Yep. Oh yeah, bro. Oh yeah.
Exactly. So this is what's going on. So we cannot just take this thing for granted, especially when we see them unfolding before us.
So true. When you go to Walmart, you used to go to have cashier. No, you barely can find a cashier. It's all self-check.
Exactly. This is where we headed. You know what I mean? It ain't no joke, man. It ain't no joke. And like African Dreaming saying, water popping up in places you never saw before. You understand? This is telling you. And I did a live the other day where I was talking about where the Pope and the war leaders, when the thing was going on with Kanye West, everybody get distracted. You see, this is the problem. We're too easy to get distracted. For little simple drama, we get distracted and forget and not seeing anything.
So true, yeah. We focus on the wrong thing.
Yes, when all that going on, the war leaders and them, guess what it was with the Pope? They was supposed to meet up at Mount Sinai. You know Mount Sinai, where they claim that God gave Moses the 10 Commandments.
Yeah.
They was supposed to meet up there for the 10 Commandments of the climate change. You guys look this up. And they give you the Ten Commandments where take the bus. They're telling you taking the bus gonna be better for the pollution, for climate change. You guys gotta check this thing out.
Oh, really?
No, that's real. That's
Yes,
real. That's real.
I,
That is
yes,
real.
and
It's
people
true. Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't want to jump
I,
in. I didn't want to jump in. I wanted Planner to
you go
finish,
ahead,
but
no brother.
no, that because it's 100% true. And we did a live about a month or so ago where because everybody said distraction, distraction, distraction. That's true. But what Planner just said is even more true because whenever you feel like you're being distracted, you got to ask yourself, what am I being distracted from? If I'm being
Yeah,
distracted to my right, I need to look to my left. If I'm being distracted from behind me, I need to put my focus to the front. Like this is literally happened. It's really that's it, everything he just said 100% true. And we ain't even talked about it on our channel yet because it seemed like don't nobody care. No,
but
that really happened. The
I, sorry, brother, go ahead.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was say I talk about it in One My Life. I
I
talk
didn't even
about,
catch it.
yeah, I talk about it in One My Life, where all the war leaders and they meet up in Mount Sinai. The same place, and they even get their Ten Commandments. They have the Ten
Oh,
Commandments
really?
too. Yes, when they're telling you about taking the bus and all these kind of stuff. This is, let me tell you, it's gonna become a time when gas car is not gonna be allowed anymore.
Period. It is
The,
coming.
it is coming.
It
I'm telling
is.
you.
I really hope people understand and listening to what you saying, bro, because there will come a time, probably before we leave this earth, where they will say it's too bad for the environment. It's this, it's that. Everybody gonna go to electric. Look, man, he not making stuff up. He ain't even
No,
exaggerating. This is
no,
stuff that you can go look up for yourself.
that's true.
It's true. It's true. It's there. It's right in front of us. But um, that's why I always say I'd rather see if somebody throw a slow punch, at least throw the punch slow enough so I can see it coming, so I can dodge and prepare myself a little bit. Boxers do it all the time. That's why I would never
Yeah,
purposefully fight a boxer because they have technical skills that I don't have. You can fight, but that don't mean you a boxer.
that's it.
Man, these folks telling us what's coming. The lashes you driving right now, I think inside of 10 years, what you driving right now, it might not even be legal. And how do the world regrip? How
Yeah.
do the world adjust for that?
Yep.
I'm not
It,
It's
ready
it,
for it
crazy.
yet.
it, it is happening. It is happening. And like I know, say it's shaping right now. It's shaping itself to, and all what happening is what they're gonna why they're gonna tell you why you can't drive a gas car, why you can't plant food in your backyard. You're gonna hear it just
Mm-hmm.
now. I
Mm-hmm.
remember watching a movie where years ago where a pill was your meal. That's all they was taking,
Mm-hmm.
a pill. The pill
Mm-hmm.
have, they say the pill have everything inside it that's like eating a meal.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that is coming. All you will be taking is a pill. It mightn't be soon, it mightn't be tomorrow, but it's heading there.
Look, I agree. I agree 100%, man. I mean, and sometimes it make me wonder because you have like it goes back to what you said earlier. You remember when we was talking about the dude from Jamaica and
Yep,
he got rid of the inheritance and all of that.
yep,
The influence of certain places are all over the world. People from countries that they think or they feel like are either poorer countries or whatever, They want to get in on the education. They want to get in on the lifestyle. They want to get in on the lights and the glamour and everything they think it got to offer. So they get rid of everything that makes them who they are. And then they realize it might not be all it's cracked up to be, but something else comes with that.
Yep.
If you trade the umbuzi and the ugali and the umchiche for a pill, then all it takes is 1 or 2 generations, and then everybody just taking pills, and it
That's
ain't no
it.
big deal to nobody no
That,
more.
that's it. That's that.
It only
And that's what
go
happening.
ahead,
The
bro.
kid. That's what happening. The kid's gonna grow up, and that's what it is. They don't know any difference. You see what I'm saying? So, like you say, 2 generations is gonna be this the norm. This is how we live. You just take a pill and that's it.
And nobody will think otherwise, and that's why I'm adamant. I say this a lot, bro. And a lot of time I watch you plant. I'm telling you, bro, we be back in the bushes because if you do a late night, it may be the next day for us. But I'm watching. Sometimes I'm busy, so we don't get in the chat, or I
Right.
don't get in the chat. But I'm listening, man. I be agreeing, man. I be over here like jumping. I be like, yeah, man. I be, you know what I'm saying. I be really happy because to hear somebody else say something that you feel in your heart, it
Right.
make you feel like you're not the only one. Because I know I'm over here. I know what I see. Can't nobody tell me I don't see what I see, man. And
Right. Right.
the sad part of it is that's why the focus really ain't on us. The focus is really on our kids.
Definitely.
It's on the youth. It's on the
Definitely.
youth because if you can change the youth or change the opinion and the mindset of the youth, they know we gotta go. We won't be here in the physical flesh for forever. So if you can get to the
Exactly.
next generation, all you gotta do is usher in whatever you finna usher in next, man.
That's it. Because you like you know say they're not worrying about we. They know in a few years we out of here. Is the kids
Uh-huh.
gonna be here? So now they're putting everything in place. So by the time we gone, the kids
Yeah.
already it become the norm to the kids. Because if you
Yep.
notice, we got to start to get comfortable with certain things that's already put in place. We're not used to them, but we still got to deal with it. So
Exactly.
it's already starts shifting into that direction. But then I want
Uh-huh.
if you notice, they're not hiding nothing anymore. Nothing being hidden
Mm-mm.
anymore. They're doing
Mm-mm.
it in
Mm-mm.
plain broad daylight.
Yep. Yep. Hey, bro. How do you eat an elephant? How do you eat an elephant?
I can't answer that.
Well, one bite at a time, baby.
Well, that's true. You're right. You that make a lot
Mm,
of sense. You're right. You're right. That make a
one
lot
bite
of
at a
sense.
time. Yeah,
You're
and
right.
that's what we see.
Yeah. 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 A lot of people, they, I don't know, man. I don't know. A lot of people they're not taking it serious. They just whatever. But guys, it's shifting. And if you're not seeing it, you should at least. If you're not feeling it, you should at least be seeing it because it's shifting right before our eyes. Just look at 3 years ago and look today. Look the shift that happened from 3 years ago to today and see how far the shift has gone. It's a whole
Oh
different,
yeah.
it's a whole different 3 years ago to will take place within
Yeah.
3 years.
Yeah. Bro, you know why some people are in tune with certain things and other people not in tune. You remember, and thank you for that because you one of the first people willing to come over on our channel and be a guest, and I'm still thankful for that
Right, right.
conversation, and we still talk about that conversation. Sometimes me and
Okay.
April and other people who went back and watched,
Okay, okay.
but bro, when we talked about something, you know how you got the radio, you got the radio. Now you can change, you can go up and down the dial, you can go to all of these different channels, and you
Right.
can tune in at a certain frequency. You can hear the song that's on that station.
Yep.
Now the music is that it's already there. It's been there the whole time. But until
Yeah.
you tune in, until you get to a
You're not gonna
frequency where
hear.
you can, you ain't gonna hear it, bro. You
Yes,
ain't gonna
yes,
hear it. You won't
yes.
see it. You won't know it's out there, but it's been there the whole time.
It was there all the while. And yeah, I always talk about this, but I don't know how people take it. I think, yes, I did talk about it on your show. And then I think you get what I was talking about because you
Of
agree with
course,
me for real. Because,
of course.
and this is what I've been keep saying. If you're in tune, you're not gonna get a lot of stuff because that dial got to be on that mark right there.
Mm-hmm.
So you get in tune. So when you in tune, you hearing everything. You getting all the
Uh-huh.
frequency from that spot because
Exactly.
you right on the dial. If you off a little,
Yes.
all you hear scratches. You know what I'm saying? But once you
Yeah.
right on that dial, right there, you hear everything clearly. So being
Yes.
entwined, in tune, means a lot in our life. And that was a real good example. That's a real good example because it is true. You know what I'm saying? Once you're not on the dial, all you hear is
Yep.
but once you on the dial, you hear everything clearly. Yeah. Hi, Fifi Johnny, how you
Exactly.
doing? Thank you for being here. Hi, Good Eats Home said, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Yes.
Oh, hey everybody. I'm sorry, man. I ain't been looking at the chat, so I'm
Yeah,
sorry
I
if I'm
know
missing
the
anybody.
conversation is really, it keep me off the chat as well, for real.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, man, yes. For real. And this, I even use the same example as when we say connecting to the creator. We not entwined with, we're not on that knob. We are away from that knob, so we're not getting the real connection. We always looking to someone else to give us that, what we supposed to be getting directly. We always looking to someone else to give us. We supposed to
Yeah.
get in that connection direct, not
Mm-hmm.
someone coming and share their opinion and telling
Right.
me what the Most I said. Oh, yes, and the Most I said this. No, you said that. Your mind tell you that. You see what I'm saying? But I
Yeah,
don't like
cause
to
you
go there. I don't like to go
yeah,
there,
cause you
brother.
just like
People
me.
will get,
You just like me. You a man just like me. I've learned, man. I'm gonna tell you, my heartbreak is what broke all my fear. It broke all my a whole lot of different stuff. Both me and my wife. I still have a connection because I grew up in the church. I love the church. That's fine. But when you get to the point where you got people starving and other people got private jets. Nothing. I'm not finna make sense of that because it don't make sense. So I'm not finna find sense in something that don't make sense. I grew up with the kind of when I was a little kid, my hometown pastor, like the church I grew up, this the same dude that fixed our roof. He was over at our house 3 or 4 times a week when we didn't have stuff, when we didn't do this. But some of these big facilities, this big this and what they call it, the prosperity. I'm not into that, man. I'm really not 100%. I ain't into that. Like that. That's just That's a hustle. Come on, man. You talking to a street cat. I could, you might well be playing 3 card Monte with me. You know what I'm saying? So I I ain't gonna go too deep into that on your channel, bro. I don't want nobody getting mad. I can't hear you no more, bro.
I don't know if people don't see it. I mean, I guess some people see it and some people don't. But
Yeah,
I don't feel the most I is telling you nothing to tell me. I don't, you know what I mean? I think we all have the connection. We just been taken away from the connection and put in a place where we got to fight to get back there because we been tell so much lie and so much thing for distract us, so it take us away completely. You know what I'm saying? But
oh
we ain't
yeah,
get back, until we ain't get back on that knob, that dial to get direct connection, we will always hear
exactly.
scrambling. We will always hear scrambling in our ears. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, yep, yep.
That's how I see it.
Confusion, scrambling. You don't know what is and what ain't, and what ain't and what is. And the beautiful part
Yes.
of it is, man, we there are people, and they usually not. I will tell you this, something else I done learned over life. Whatever you seeking, sometimes the people who seem the most unlikely to give it to you are the ones who actually possess what you looking for. Sometimes when you looking for a real deep spiritual connection, somebody can have a private plane, a private jet. They can roll up to $1 million, $20 million building in a $20,000 suit, but they can't say nothing to you but a bunch of words. But you can have somebody out in the bush, who is so centered and so grounded. They know what herb you need for your sickness. They know what you need to do for your body. Like everything is man, that's one of the things that I try not to get frustrated in life, because this is just an experience. I have to, because I'm of love and I'm of light, right? I done did some things in my life, but I try to be better every day. We here for an experience, in my opinion, to experience the physical realm, the physical world, the physical everything, this whole manifestation. But there are some people who are so grounded and so connected, they look like the exact opposite of what you think the right thing would be, because they simple people, they honest people, they true people.
That
Come on, bro.
that I just always make that. Hey, Fifi Johnny, good night. Thank you for being here. Thank you for stopping by. Thank each
Thank
and
you,
every one
Fifi.
of you for stopping by. I always make this statement. If a guy come in a tie, jacket and tie, looking clean and fresh and talking, they sit down and they listen
Hmm.
to them. You the person who actually out there doing the work, feeling the energy, using the herbs, curing, helping people, and because you're not in a tie, we got to get out of this
Hmm.
mindset. Because you're not
Yeah.
in that tie, nobody wanna. Oh, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. We got to get
Yeah.
out of that. This is the person who actually doing it. They know what they're talking about. A lot of these
Hmm.
people is only Googling information and come to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Information that
Yeah.
the ground person give, find out and give, and people post it and in Google. Then they take the information and come to you now, and you believe it. And but the person who really actually, it's like, for instance, you planting the herb, you making the medicine, and it healing people,
Hmm.
right? Somebody else
Hmm.
now taking the medicine and go and present it to others. They have no idea how the medicine make. They don't know
And
way out,
yes,
but they present it,
yep,
and guess who they believe? The one who knows nothing. And the one who actually
exactly.
growing it, making it, then they look at he as he don't know what he's saying. That mindset, we got to get out of that. It's
Yep.
not how a pastor dress. It's not how a pastor carry themselves. There's a guy I know, rich guy, but you know how he walk bare feet. And if you don't know he rich, you will believe he is a vagrant. But the guy have so
Exactly.
many houses. The guy have furniture shop that he make furnitures. But if you see him, you feel he's a vagrant. So we got to get out of this and start seeing people for who they are and not their appearance.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See people for who they are and not their appearance.
Hey, Kaka.
Like me, I had dreads on my head. I had dreads on my head, and right, you know, they're gonna be, oh, he's a Rasta. I never tell nobody I'm a Rasta. I said, I feel like I don't feel like combing my hair anymore, and I stop. I never say I'm anything. You check what I'm saying?
Right.
But do you guys understand the pressure for wearing these hair?
I got them too. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
Yes. You cannot walk in any place with this. You check what I'm saying? They look at you as, the hell you doing in here? You see what I'm saying? So you got to start looking at people as for who they are and not their appearance. Because not because you see a person walking bare feet, that person could full of knowledge. That person could say change your life. But because you see him look like a vagrant, you want no part of him. But that the Paul, you know my time we kick our angel in the gutters. You know how much times we kick our lifesavers in the gutters. You know how much time we kick the person who could change our life in the gutters and ignore them and almost spit on them because of their appearance. And then we accept
all the time.
We accept what is, I don't even know how to explain it. We got to stop this. That's why.
No, you explaining it. You saying it just right, bro. Go ahead. You saying it.
That's why I look at people from a spiritual eye. I don't know if you guys, I'm going to explain it a little. When I say the spiritual eyes, I'm talking about not these two physical eyes. And this is where a lot of us use it. This is why we kick in the great people in the gutter and ignore them and accept people who we should be kicking in the gutter at the same time. You see what I'm saying? When we look at the spiritual eyes, we don't see the appearance. We see the person, their personality. We see their goodness, whether the evil are. You see what I'm saying? So now we have the ability now to know if I can deal with this person or not. Because we're not looking at the physical. We're looking from the spiritual. You see what I'm saying? So now we're seeing this person for who they are, not because they're not wearing, because they're in a sandals or they're in a short pants or they dress in a t-shirt or they have on a dirty pants, or we got to get out of that.
That's real, bro.
Because we will be chick. And it is walking. That chick been walking for years.
Yes. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That chick been walking for years. All you got to do, put on a tie. There's a dress code to this chick. The dress code is a jacket and tie, hair well, face well cut, nice hair, nice shoes, and a briefcase or a bag. That's the chick. That's the chick. And that been this tracking
bro.
us for years.
Hey, bro. Man, you just said a lot, man. You said you went there, bro. You went there, and it's real. And I have a
Yeah,
true
thank you,
story
man.
for everything you saying, brother. So look here. It's a we. I just call him Baba. I only refer to him Baba. I've only seen him like maybe 3 times. But let me tell you what happened with him one time. I got a real close friend over here, man. I mean, super close. This is my friend. I mean, he's one of our everythings over here. It'll make sense in a minute. So when I take my morning walks, Mimi Kazini Asabui, when I take my exercise in the morning, that is Kiswahili. I walk right around the village, especially the side of the village we used to live on. So it's this old man. I mean, just regular sandals, regular just African clothes, no nothing fancy, no nothing. But he got a herd of goat, right? So one morning I come across him while I'm walking, and I'm very polite. I say shikamo. Shikamo is the greeting to an elder. So shikamo, habari asabui, like how is your morning to the elder, right? And I know very little Kiswahili at this point, and he don't speak too much English, but we greet each other, we talk just very briefly for a short time, and I basically asked him, can I walk with you? Can I walk with you? So I'm headed back towards my home, and we walked together for maybe a half a kilometer. We walk, and then after a point, because he didn't say too much, I didn't say too much, but every now and again we would look at each other. It was almost like we were having a conversation while we were walking, but we wasn't talking,
Mm,
right? He wasn't saying much of nothing. I wasn't saying much of nothing, but every now and again we would just kind of look at each other and like nah, like we were having a conversation, but we wasn't talking.
right.
So we get close to my crib, and mind you, along this walk, every now and again he would kind of stop. We would kind of stop because the goats, they see the grasses or some brush or something that they want to eat. So it stopped for a little while. So we would stop, and then we would try to actually talk to each other, and then we would keep walking. So we did this maybe 3 or 4 times over this walk, and we got close to my crib. I got ready to break off, so I started heading my way, and he keep going straight. But at the end, we greeted each other. I was like, "Sante sana, bye bye, samahan." Like, thank you for walking with me. Excuse me, but I need to leave now because it's very traditional over here. You ask an elder, can you leave, like, to be excused? Can you you need to go do what you need to do. So he was like, "Hi, hamnashida, karibu sana, thank you for walking with me, yada yada." Mind
Mm,
you, we actually only talked to each other a little bit over this whole walk. Had no clue who this dude was. He over here, he a goat herder. He just walking with a whole bunch of goats. He took them down to the grasses, and now he walking back to his property. So we see this dude again, right? And then my homeboy over here tell me who this cat really is. Now you got village
mm,
elders, you got all these different influential people over here. Man, this one of the like most ballingest cat. This dude, he got money. He got long money. He got big money.
mm-hmm.
He dressed normal. He walked normal. He talked normal. He walked through the village just like everybody else. If you don't know who this dude was, you would never know who he is. Man,
Right.
sometimes you can be walking and moving with somebody, you don't even know who they are, dude.
Yep.
But we had a whole like vibe, and when when we left, I was like, "Asante Sana for walking with you. Thank you for just normal gratitudes and all of this stuff." I shook his hand, and we kind of hugged on both sides. That's common over here, typical over here. Man, come to find out, dog, man, that dude damn near run this joint. He damn near run this
Wow.
play. Didn't even know. Didn't even know.
Wow.
I'm just saying, man, when you moving right, when your heart in the right place, you keep your energy in the right place, you never, like you said a while ago, bro, you could be kicking away some of your angels
Yep.
and don't know it. And the people who look like they got this, they powerful, they influential, they this, they that. Hell, that's the last thing you need in your life. Shh.
That's true.
I'm telling
Man,
you, bro.
that's it, and it's true. That's it. That's why I'm saying then I try to look at I don't look at people from outside because you honestly a lot of us could be suffering today because of moves that we make, wrong decision that we make. And by place some people, put some people in our life and push some people away. And sometimes we
Mm-hmm.
got to understand people in your life sometimes for a reason. It mightn't be for a long point. It might be for a few months. But make sure
Yep.
you get that, if it's a positive reason, make sure you receive why they're there. That's why that's why we gotta think deep and stop think shallow because you will never be aware of things if you just look on the surface. You gotta go in depths of things. Stop looking at the
Exactly.
appearance of people
Yep.
and look at what they
Yep.
have to offer. You check what I'm saying? We always
Yeah.
put down
Oh
the
yeah.
guy with the information because of his appearance. Oh, he crazy. Oh, he don't know what he talking about. And embrace others. And we've been doing this for years. And I think if we don't stop, we're gonna fall to the ground. Or we will fall to our own soul. I'm telling you.
I believe it. I believe it, bro. I see what you got up there, David Corey. Hell, kilometer, David Corey. You know how far a kilometer is. Out somewhere between a little bit less than a half a mile and a little bit more than a quarter mile, and that's a kilometer.
Give me 1 second, I'll be right back, okay?
Go ahead, bro. I hold it down for you.
All
I
right.
hold it down for you. Let me get over here and see if I can see this chat real quick, fast. But yeah, David Corey. Yeah, it's shit between a quarter mile and a half a mile. That's a kilometer, but or at least in my estimation. Um, but what Planter was saying is real because I mean, hell, sometimes David Corey, you from where I'm from, bruh. And you know how sometimes folk think we may not be the sharpest tool in the drawer or the sharpest tool in the shed, and all along, hell, we got good sense. We got good sense. Folk just don't like to give us credit for it because you might not. And I, first off, let me say I completely possess the ability to articulate myself in necessary circumstances. But the older I get, I'm past code switching. I'm past smiling and cheesing when I don't give a damn about you. I'm gonna talk how I talk. I'm gonna sound how I sound. And if you can absorb what I'm putting out, then good. If you don't like how I talk, or you say my twang a little too deep or whatever, then yeah, fine. You good too, baby. It's all gravity. Everybody all right. We can all keep it pushing. But I don't know what it is or how it came into existence where folks think country folk ain't got no sense. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's all good though. That's what I'm saying, David. Only speak what you know. I mean, uh your lived experiences at the end of the day, and I know people even have issue with that because some people feel like when people say I'm just speaking my truth, so everybody don't like that because some people feel like, well, your truth, it ain't no your truth, it's only the truth. But at the end of the day, your lived experience is your lived experience, because my lived experience ain't like Lash's. Lash's journey as a mother. She's went from one country to another country. That woman got a whole different life. We could share similarities on certain things, but she got a whole different way she see the world. And then we meet where we both can understand each other. Plant a garden. Start a whole different country in the States, came from somewhere else. Man, we pick up, we connect on where we connect. Same thing. Hell, me and David Corey damn near from the same spot. Now, I'm not 100% convinced that we ain't related. The more I talk to him, but he got a different experience than I got, and I got a different experience from him. So at the end of the day, the more I live, the more life keep teaching me, baby. We on a journey. We here for whatever we here for, to experience, to learn, to understand, to know, to grow. And either you gonna do that or shit, watch, rinse, and repeat. Cause I'm not 100% sure that ain't right either. I don't know how many times. I tell you what, if you maybe when Plant a Garden get back, because this ain't my live. I don't want to take over nobody else's stuff. I just want to keep it going. But I done had deja vu way too many times in my life. I done experienced stuff. I done had my grandparents and my parents and stuff telling me that I'm talking about and remembering stuff from when I was 2 years old. And I dealt with a lot of deja vu, and even now I deal with stuff that would trip most people out. So I don't get too deep into it, but it's beyond intuition. It's beyond it get kind of complicated. So it ain't really always I guess a good topic of discussion. But man, I'm telling y'all, family, sometimes when you just feel like you've been through this before, or like you've been here before, like you seen something before, like you knew somebody before. So take it for what you will. If that's something that register or click with you, good. If that don't make sense to you and it don't register and don't click, I understand that too.
All right, thank you. I'm back.
Mm,
Yes, thank you for that. Thank you for that.
no
Yes,
worries, bro. No worries.
yes, brother, man. So what I see, what's really going on, man, is like we have to really get out of this thing, because you ever push somebody away. Well, I mean, it have to happen to
Mm,
you. It ain't happen to me because
mm-hmm.
I look at people, but I see people push people away
Mm-hmm.
from them. That for what I see was people who valuable to them.
Exactly.
That's what I was
Exactly.
seeing. And what they do, they
Mm-hmm.
push them away from them, treat them like dog, almost spit on them, and bring in somebody else. And the person they bring in treat them like the same treatment they was giving the person. You see what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So
Yeah.
we gotta really start to look at things different. I mean, you can't tell people what to do, but I look at people from a spiritual point of view, from
Yep.
within, not the appearance, because you will be kicking your blessings across the street and don't know it.
Exactly. For real. For real. And you know what else, bro? I'm looking at, because while you was away, I went back over to the chat to look at the chat. So some David Corey said, when you look at people, for at least my opinion, it's just how I do it. When
Right.
you look at people for their spirit and for them intentions, you see differently. Like you said, that other eye. You don't
Yeah.
just see with the physical eye. because David said something about like race and this and that going. Man, if you a good person, you just a good person. If
Yeah.
you have a good spirit and a good intention, you just have a good spirit and a good intention. And you know what, man? You the perfect person to talk about this and ask this to. Uh, I don't know how you feel about this, and I would love to hear what you think. But brother, the more I become more spiritually aware and adapt and open myself up to different levels of understanding and growth, it's scary as hell. It is scary because you start to see not what you want stuff to be or how you want to see it. You see stuff for what it is. And that is not fun all the time, people. You know, we live in a culture, brother, where everybody reading tarot cards. And nothing against tarot cards, but where people talk, but they make it seem like it's all hunky dory. And if you just be a nice person, everything gonna be fine. And no, baby, when you
No.
really delve into the spiritual world and you start understanding and seeing, and you really talking to God, you talking to the Creator, you talk, man. Baby, it's
Yeah.
it's real out here. But I
Yeah.
want to know what you think, bro.
You know what, man? I'm gonna tell you this here on this show. Since I was like 6 years old, right?
Yeah.
I used to go to church,
Mm-hmm.
and the everybody. I'm sure in every church they was teaching you the same thing. You know what I'm saying? The same Sunday school story there. You know, and I go well every Sunday when I go home. I catch myself asking myself, "Who is God and who created God?" This was the
Mm-hmm.
question I'm asking. And then when I ask this question, I'm gonna hear, "Oh boy, don't no, you don't question God. You don't do that." You know what I mean? So I kind of fight it off. I kind of fight
Mm-hmm.
it off. Fight off that
Mm-hmm.
thoughts from coming towards me.
Yeah.
But it come back. It come back years after. It come back years after. Asking the same
Mm-hmm.
question. Who is God? Who created God? Because he teaching them I give you some kind of way. So it's like the question, the thoughts just keep coming. And you only
Right.
could fight it to an extent. You only could fight it to an
Mm-hmm.
extent. You really can't fight it.
Right.
If you
Right.
fight it off, it coming back. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it come back and start when I start to open up, when I start to realize, boy, this you can't fight this. You got to look into this. And
Yeah.
when I start to see stuff, yes, it is scary. Because you know why it's scary? Because of the thing you've been taught. So when things start to reveal to you, now it's scary. It's shaking you. You want to know? You understand how?
Yeah.
Because it make you fumbling because you thought something and now something else is happening and showing you something different. So
Mm-hmm.
yes, it could be
Mm-hmm.
scary, and if when it gets scary, when it gets scary, you're gonna catch yourself want to fight it again. But once you
Yep.
start digging, you can't push it off. Don't care what you do.
At all.
You can't push it off. You're gonna catch yourself
Yeah.
looking, digging,
Yep.
looking,
Yep.
and trust me, so much stuff gonna be revealing. You wanna know what the hell. You understand? Where were
Yeah.
you all these years? Who are you
Yeah.
listening to all these years?
Yeah.
It
Yep.
ain't no joke, man. This
Yep.
thing is for real.
Hey,
This
bro.
thing
When
is for
I
real.
grew up Southern Pentecostal. I grew up, which is if you know about anything about that, that's a really strict, deep doctrine of religion. And I grew up in that church. I grew up in that faith, and what happened to me, what was my big, like, I guess, pinnacle or moment or turning point. I actually sat down, and it took me a long time, man. It was probably about maybe 4 months, over the course of about 4 months. I sat down with nobody else, with no nothing, and I read the Bible. I just read the whole Bible from front to back. And back then you couldn't read and then just jump. If you didn't understand the word, you couldn't just jump on Google to look for it. Like, you had to either
Right.
go to the to the library or pull out encyclopedia or do something, right? And I did this, and this is when in my late teens, early 20s. And I did that, and it really kind of changed how I see things, because what I ended up with were more questions. And I went to talk to people who had raised me, who had taught me, who had guided me through life.
Right.
And I didn't find all of the answers that I was provided with acceptable. And it put me in a period where, and then I saw some of the other stuff that was going on in my life and in the world at the time, and what some people were doing, what some people weren't doing, that they say they gonna do. And for a little while, I just left church out. I just got away from. I did. It wasn't for me. But I built over that. As just to kind of summarize, I ended up with a relationship with I understood that there was something bigger than me, that there was more than me out here. And I feel
Right.
like for the first time in my life, I really built a connection with the creator, with the most high, whatever people call. I talk the way I talk for a reason, because I try to respect everybody, because I know everybody see things differently, just like how you do. But
Right.
for me, it was coming into knowing God or knowing the creator for myself on a deeper level. And I went through one more thing after that. I went through people telling me, well, if you don't talk to such and such, or if you don't talk to so and so, you don't really understand. You don't really know what's going on. And then
Mm-hmm.
I would ask them, well, what makes them have more sense than me with regards to what I'm reading? Because if we are reading the same book, then it's just a matter of how that person perceives it. And then that made
Right.
people mad at me. So I
Yeah.
stopped trying to seek validation from other people. I just decided I want to be a good person, the best person I can be. I want to be the best husband, the best father if I'm ever a father, the best husband, the best uncle, the best son. I just want to be a good person, that because those are the lessons I chose to draw from it. But all the other stuff, all, like, I really ain't. I'm to each their own. To each their own. But as long as I treat everybody I encounter with love, with understanding, with patience, even if we don't see eye to eye or agree with each other, man, if that ain't good enough for you, I might not need you in my life. I really might not, and I'm at peace with that. I'm good with that, cause
I I
like
I
you
hear you,
said, I'm
bro.
trying to tune in. I'm trying to tune in, bro. I'm trying to tune in to where it ain't all doing all that stuff.
I
I'm
I
trying to
hear
get a clear
that.
signal over here, man. I'm trying to get a clear signal, baby.
That's where you need to be, man. That's where you need to be.
Yeah, yeah.
We just have to respect people's views and belief. There are things I knew as truth, but not realizing the facts. Some belief has changed and it's frustrating. Well, basically, I'm talking, guys. Let me make this clear. This is my point of view. I'm not speaking for anyone. I'm speaking for how I see things. And I guess
Mm-hmm.
we all see things different. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
my what I'm speaking here is nothing. I'm not telling you guys to do what I do, to say what I say, to believe what I believe. That's not what I'm here. I'm basically sharing some views of how I see things and how I see things. The best, you know what? I live almost all my life listening to someone telling me what God see. I reached to a point now where I want to hear God speak to me because all these people are telling me God,
Come on, bro. Come on.
God speaking to them. When I do look, I see they're doing more bad, more evil than I do. Okay? So God is reaching out to them to speak to me. Why can't I? That's how I see it. So I'm not here, guys. I hate to have this discussion because people have their religious belief, but this is how I see it. I believe we all could speak to the Creator, connect to the Creator for ourselves.
Yeah.
I don't think we need
Yeah.
a middleman
Right.
that I
Right.
got to go and sit down
Right.
and that's why we get so much deceived. That's why they deceive us so much and then we get mad with them. No, get mad with yourself. How you expect you're gonna go in
Mm-hmm.
the people church and sit down and 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 for hours burning the people electricity and they don't want to pay them? That's you understand what I'm saying, David?
Mm-hmm.
African Jimmy. They're charging you
Mm-hmm.
for that
Mm-hmm.
and tell you the money for
Mm-hmm.
God. You see what I'm
Yep.
saying? So
Yeah.
if my belief is not your belief, guys, I just know there's a higher power. I know there's a creator. I believe in all that.
Yep.
But I'm not going
Yep.
to sit down and just believe that God is talking to a pastor to talk to me. Okay? Because these pastors, some of them do more evil than what we do. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I grew up, man. I'm telling you, bro. Once I got over the anger phase of it all, because I was mad for a little while because even though I grew up in a place where I was appreciative because I didn't realize that I had an old country pastor, I appreciated the things he did as we were as I was younger. We were younger, I was younger, and again, he had an influence on my life, but he was involved in my life because he was a part of my life. Man, when you got so many people that you know can't none of them touch you, get close to you, talk to you, do nothing with you, like they got security, like it just turned into that's not how I grew up, man. uh my original church when I grew up as a kid, hell, I used to go. I spent my summers. My whole June, I was out at the farm. I was out at the farm, like uh, learning how to dig potatoes and shuck corn and cut corn down and stuff like that. And like it was a different family feel, a different environment, and somehow it went from all of that to who got on the best Gucci suit or the best stuff I ain't never wore. Shit I can't even. I'm sorry, bro. Stuff I can't even afford, man. So I don't know how that happened or when that happened, but it turned into something different. And I just, b- I don't know, man. No, I do know. Hell no. Let me take that back. I do know. All I know is I want to show up being the best, most positive representation in this physical world that I can be. And I want to attract all the good to me that I can attract because that's all my heart really want to give. And if that ain't good enough, I I don't know what to do after that. I guess that's something I got to live with because I don't have all the answers, bro.
That's it. That's it. Man, the way I see it, man, the way I see it, I realize in this realm, this where we live in today, where we reside today in
Mhm.
this body, I just feel like we being judged right here. I just feel like everybody should try to live the best life they could live right here and now.
Yeah.
Try to do
Yeah.
the best, live comfortable, the best you can. Do unto others
Mhm.
the same thing you will like them done unto you. Yes,
Exactly.
principle. we just need to follow. Because
Yep.
when I look at it, man, when I look at everything, when I look at everything from a distance, we only here for a
Hmm.
period of time. You know what I'm
A
saying?
short period, bro.
And what I notice, anything you do, follow you. You check what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
What you
Indio.
our
Sawa kabisa.
consequences, we get
Yep.
judged from our consequences. What we do,
Hmm.
we got to deal with the consequences, right?
Yep.
You
Yep.
do bad unto someone, it come right back wrong to you. You got to deal with it. It don't wait until you dead and go to heaven. And you understand, and to
Right.
judge in front the creator.
Yeah.
You got to face the
Yeah.
judgment right here.
Yep.
You live
Yep.
good,
No,
good
that's real.
follow you. This is consequences. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. This is
Yep.
consequences. So we
Yeah.
still got to deal with
Yeah.
consequences right here.
Hmm.
So I'm not, listen me guys, live your life how please you. I'm
Yeah.
just having a conversation.
No, but you
No,
right, bro. You right.
yeah, we dealing with consequence. Anything you do, you got to live with the consequences. So you dealing with the punishment right here. So all I will say, what I'm doing, let me not say that what I'm doing. I'm trying to live a good life, a comfortable life, try
Hmm.
to help people how I
Hmm.
can, try to be the best
Hmm.
that I can in helping
Yep.
people, because the good
Yep.
you do sometimes come right back wrong to you. I help you
Oh
today.
man.
I might
Yep.
receive a blessing in another direction that comes right back
Oh,
from what I did, the seed I said today. So I'm not
exactly.
sitting
Exactly.
here and just waiting for the cloud to bust open. I'm living it here
Hmm.
today. I'm not
Hmm.
sitting here waiting for the cloud to bust open and angels start pouring out. I'm living the best I can today. I'm trying to be the
Yep.
best. Try to help people. Try to set good seed. These good seed you set
Exactly.
along the way will bless you along the way. Set good seed, good, stop allow hatred to pollute your mind and your body. Try to live
Yeah.
good. These are the things will mess us up.
Yeah.
So I'm
No,
not waiting
that's
till
real.
the cloud bust open. I'm trying to
Mm-mm.
live the best life I can here while I'm on earth. Did anybody ever
Exactly.
tell you? Did anybody ever, since you live, which one of you in the audience and you African dreaming, did
Yeah.
anybody ever come back, die, come back and tell you how is it over there?
Never. I
All
don't
right.
think we allowed to that, bro.
Okay. Well,
I
all
don't
right.
think we
Well,
I don't
all
think we
right.
allowed to that. I don't think we allowed to that
So
because
right now we believe in something, right?
yeah.
It's
Uh-huh.
basically we believe in something. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We believe in. If let me ask you
You
something. Let me ask you something. If I write a book and you ask me, who inspired you to write the book? You know what I might tell you? I might say, the most I inspire me to write the book. Right? But where it come from? It come from my mind. Writing. You see what I'm saying? I the one who was thinking while I write the book. Right? But I'm gonna tell you the most we I don't want to go. I don't want to go to book. I'm just gonna leave it right there, brother.
you own it, bro.
The most I'm gonna say is the most I tell me because I feel the most I inspire me to write it. But that doesn't mean the most I come down and tell me what to write. You see what I'm saying? But this conversation, you know, they're deep and people just get offended over them. So I've been saying to my husband for years that that hell has to be on earth. Too much suffering. Actually, thank you for saying that, Fifi, because when you look at it, if we if we was created to come on this earth and suffer like this, right? Then we got to do stuff to basically to survive. Some people steal to provide for the family. Some people do
Yep,
different
every
things to
day.
provide for the family. You check what I'm saying?
Yep,
And now
yep.
you still got to be judged for that. So okay, you see what I'm saying? After all that, then you still got to
Yeah.
be judged again after you're dead. You still got to wake up out your grave and get judged again and then put in the lake of fire and burn forever. I mean, guy, I don't know. I don't know.
No, you right, man. I mean, at bruh, at the end of it all, we like I think we so I think like you earlier you was talking about what you can feel. I was telling you what I feel, what I see. You were saying what you see. I believe that things reach a point where it's cyclical, where it overload on itself so much that it's got to go to seed, so to speak.
Right,
It's got to go to seed, and right now, I think we live in a period of time and space where everything is so conflated and it's all caught up, built up on itself over and over and over that we've been so far removed that it's like weird for us. I don't think human beings should be on this planet and pay to be alive. That we should pay to have, but that's all we know because that's all we've ever seen. How is it that a handful of people, that some people can just decide to buy up the world with money that they made, and you can't afford to have a 50, you can't have 1 hectare to yourself for your family, where you can
right.
just grow food and raise animal because everybody else owns something somewhere. But the real property, the best real estate, the best property, it's already been brought up and taken over by others. Man, what the hell is that? Like that don't even make sense. We so far removed, we don't even think about those ways of thinking anymore. It ain't
Right.
no
Go ahead, go
There has
ahead.
been a period in human history. Oh, go ahead, bro.
No, you go ahead. I was telling you, go ahead.
There has been a period in human history where if you didn't like society and what society had to offer and you weren't a bad person or crazy and nothing like that, you could just go to the bush or out in the woods and build you a small spot, a hutch, a thatch, or whatever, and just live off the land. You happy, you not bothering nobody, ain't nobody bothering you. But even those days are gone. That's why we see what we, in my opinion, that's why we see what we see going on right now in the world, because there's nowhere else to go. There are people prepping and homesteading and trying to get back to what once was, because the cycle then reached the point where it's at the end, and when some get to the end, it's got to start over. When you reach
Yes,
the end of a movie, you can either hit the play button again or you can rewind. But either way, it's gonna start over. It's gonna start
all
over.
over.
So
Yes,
the choice is yours. I mean, whether you on the rewind team or whether you on the uh play again team and just go straight back to the beginning. Either way it goes, the movie gonna play again, baby.
yes.
It's gonna play again.
Yes, it is. It is. Like, yes, it is. It is. Man, it's serious, man. You know what? We gotta get we gotta do a live with just this conversation and I mean I put up the topic so people understand what the topic is. So when you come here, you already
Yeah,
know what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah,
you know what I mean? So you know, I already know. When I come in, this is what they're gonna be talking about. So this is what, because
right.
people, you know, everybody have their own belief and their own religious belief. But these things go to talk about in discussion. You know what I'm saying? People share their views. It's one thing with me. This is why I do my thing as open discussion. And I always say, don't get
Mm-hmm.
into your feelings, because a lot of people get
Yeah.
into their feelings when you're having this discussion. You can't mad with
Well,
somebody
I mean,
when they feel like they're not believing that anymore, or they're seeing something different, you know?
brother, I followed you for a long time, and whatever I've seen you as one consistent thing, and that's a good person. And
Thank you.
it's hard. It can make people look at you differently, feel differently about you, but you reach certain points in your life where all you care about is being honest with yourself and
Yep,
others.
yep,
So I mean, because I still believe in God. I still believe in a higher power. It may not be in the way that it was presented to me over the course of my life, but I
that's it.
know that there's something greater than me. There's something greater than myself. And you, I'm gonna tell you this, bro. When you truly admit something, when you talking about the fact that you got all these things in life about life that you can't explain, admit when you don't know. Admit when you
That's
don't
true.
know and just say this.
That's true.
This is what I believe and this is why I believe what I believe. But when you start making stuff up and say, look, I ain't gonna go, we'll say that for the next one.
Yeah. That,
But
you know what? You know what? Sometimes when you get into these depth with people and start to, okay, but because sometimes when people really religious, you got to deal with them with the same book they're reading, right? And
right,
when you start to ask
right.
them questions in the same book, they start making up stuff. So writers tell them, remember the book say, don't add, don't take away. Do not talk to me like you were sitting on the lap of the Most High while he explained these things to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because they act like
yeah,
you
yeah.
were sitting right there with him while he talking to you. He's the book said, "Oh, and no takeaway." So don't some
Right,
of them
right.
adding stuff. If you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah. And you know what? That's the worst part of it all, man. Somehow, some way, the ability, because I have no problem saying what I feel like God, Yah, the Most High, whatever people call it, has done for me. I'm appreciative of all my blessings, all my
Definitely.
family's blessings, all of that. But at the same time, I can't pretend to know why things go the way that they go sometime, or what, this is how things are associated. Like sometimes it's almost like it's a fear to admit that you don't know, you just believe.
Right.
I just believe.
Right.
like
It's
like
belief.
ma- yeah, I see
It's,
people go overboard saying, oh, I know this for sure, I know that for sure, I know this. No, I disagree. I think you see what you see, and you choose to see it the way you see it. I feel like I've been blessed. I feel like I've been fortunate. I feel like sometimes I don't even understand why God bless, and I say God because that's what people can more readily understand. I don't know why
right.
God
Right.
bless us, myself, my family, the way that He does, but I believe it to be true. But I don't have to go beyond that and say like, yeah, man, if you do this X, Y, and Z, then you gonna get one, two, and three. I can't prove that. I can't.
Right.
I can't make
Right.
sense of that, man. All I know is I'm blessed. I believe in the Most High, and after that, I'm good. Whatever comes, comes. Whatever comes, comes after that. But And if me not being a good person ain't enough, hell, I don't know what to tell you after that, man.
Well, you only could do as much as you can. You know what I'm saying? If you try, there's always gonna be obstacle. You know what I mean? Because especially when you're trying to do good, that you just meet the most obstacle. That's when you just meet obstacle, because you just trying
Yeah.
to do good, but you just got to keep fighting and pushing. You see, people just get people misunderstand when them talk about the Most High and them say, I do believe there's a higher power. I do believe there's a creator. But like you now said, maybe I don't like the way how it was presented.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But that does not
Yep.
mean I don't believe there's a creator. And
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? So you can't get you can't get misunderstood with what people, you can't just assume what people believe, because that's not what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
They, I
Yeah.
do believe there's a higher power. There's a creator who create us
Of
and
course.
everything. I do believe
Yep.
that. But we got to understand the way it was presented, we got to really look into it. And that's all
And
I'm
that
saying.
and that's the biggest part of it all, man. Because, dude, I'm telling you, one of the first things I like to do in the morning before I look at, uh, because if I gotta leave my house, I'm trying because I don't know what reception gonna be like. I want to look at my YouTube and I want to look at all of this stuff. But before I do that, many times I go outside. I look to the sky. I look to nature, and I like to just sit. And my mom passed away back in 2019. I talk with her. I talk with my brother who passed away 8 months after her. I talk to some old relatives. Like I just and then I everybody got a different way of doing it. Some people really are adamant about talking to God first and thanking God first. I
Right.
personally, I talk to what I perceive as the creator last. And I do that for a reason. Because I only got one thing to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's it. I don't ask for much because I believe that everything that I need to sustain my life is right here put on this planet. Now, it may have been taken away from me, it may have been changed, a whole lot of other stuff could have happened, but I don't even always feel the need to ask for nothing because it's just thank you. I'm alive, I'm breathing. I use my legs to walk outside. I use my hands to sit down in the chair. Like I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you, Creator, for everything you've given me, provided for me. Give me the wisdom to use what you've put in front of me in the best way that I can. And after that, shit, I go on to start my day. I just keep it pushing.
Yep. Because you're right. Everything we need is right here. Is right here and not and right here. We was always blessed with everything we need. The food, the wisdom, the knowledge how to create your home, how the food is
Yep.
there. We was blessed
The
with
food
everything.
there. Yep.
But
You know what, man? What something that tripped me out, bro? People don't look instead of looking at God at God or the Creator or whoever. Man, look at the folks who taking what you was rightfully yours away from you. What you know what I'm saying? Like that's a whole nother way of looking at stuff, but people ain't ready to go there yet. I mean, the water that's here is for everybody. The food that's here is for everybody. But
everybody.
as the world grows and the worlds get small at the same time, uh I eat a lot of local food. I eat what's right here in Tanzania. Unless people send us care packages and ship stuff in and do cool stuff like that. Outside of that, geographically and all throughout history, people have always consumed whatever was local to them. But
Right.
now there's a whole market because you got somebody in New York who want to eat some snails from France. You got a whole market because somebody, you know what I'm saying, in Texas want to drink some wine from Belgium. You see what I'm saying? That's where the
Yeah,
market come in. You ain't,
yeah.
baby, whether everything you need to keep your life going is right there in front of you. You not I don't think people look at the folks in between who making Planter. I don't want to go too hard on your channel, bro. I don't want to say too much or
You good, man. You good, man. But yeah, I mean, what we saying is I mean, is truth. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's truth. We now look into what's really happening before. Let me tell you, there are people right now will tell you they're not doing nothing until Jesus come back. You check what I'm saying? I know a lady tell me
I
that the
know.
other day.
Yeah.
I'm not doing nothing until Jesus come back. Me say, but how you know when Jesus will come back? Yes, he's coming. He's
Yeah.
coming. So,
Yeah.
so, so you know,
Yeah.
everybody have their own way. But I remember my grand wave. I used to say,
Yeah.
Jesus is coming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I come
Yeah.
up. I've been
Yeah.
hearing it. So you know what I mean. So
Me too. Me
I mean,
too.
maybe he's coming, but when?
Hey,
When
I
the
grew up with
suffering gonna stop?
same thing, man. I grew up with the same thing, same circumstances. I get it. I understand. I just, see you have conversations with people that I don't even have no more because I feel like I told you about my anger phase, my not even denial, but I say my anger phase, my coming back phase, my really good relationship with the Most High phase, and
Right,
it's good what you're doing because you have conversations with people that I don't even have no more. Cause
right,
African dreaming style, baby. We don't get in grown folk business. Whatever whatever you feel, whatever you want to see or do or think, that's fine with us. That's fine
right,
with me.
right.
Uh, as long as but it is necessary. It is necessary because at least it makes people think. But
That's it.
man, I'm
But,
chilling, bro.
but
I'm
no, I
good. I
understand
feel like
sometimes you don't want to go there because it could take you to a long conversation. One
exactly.
little question could take you a long road with them. And I mean, son, I know I say sometimes people just don't want to go through that.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Hey man, I'm telling you, but religion and politics is something that some people that they rooted in what they feel and how they feel and the convictions and stuff. And even if you provide fact to certain degrees, it's like that they just feel how they feel. And I kind of came at peace with that. And um when you know you right or when you know that you have information that you can provide that like I'll even like I don't even like getting into stuff like this, like the Council of Nicaea. That's a real big turning point in how we see, like even our calendar system. Our calendar system was changed in the last several hundred years. It's so much stuff. I just don't like getting into that because it's like, eh, I, plant of God. I'm a fairly healthy man. I'm in my early 40s. If I'm blessed enough, I'll probably see maybe my 80s by all
right,
intents and purposes, because males typically don't live as long as females for whatever reason. A lot of different variables. With
right.
the 30 or 40 years I got left, shit, bro, I'm finna chill on it. I'm chilling. I'm
I
finna be
agree,
happy.
man.
I'm gonna get out in this garden and I'm gonna eat mbuzi. That's goat and Kiswahili, and I'm just gonna enjoy my wife and my life and my
That
time because it's
that's
yeah,
what I'm telling you, bro. I feel enjoy your life here. Live the best life you can. You know, honest,
yeah,
however you can do it. Who you can help, you help. Who you can uplift, you uplift. You understand? The good
Mm-hmm.
you do
Mm-hmm.
will come back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You set you
Yeah.
while you here, you set good seeds. You set seeds.
Exactly. Yep.
And you understand? And these seeds gonna produce fruit, trees, and produce fruits that while you're growing, you will able to walk and pick a fruit and eat. You see what I'm saying? So that's blessing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So you gotta
Exactly.
this is why some people will tell you you control your destiny on this earth. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? Because the
Yep.
problem is a lot of us don't take the time out for think about life and living. We more listen to what people
Mm-hmm.
got to say and not doing it for ourselves. You have to try to think about life and living life. Living life
Yes.
is setting up yourself. Set it just like how I
Mm-hmm.
know said. You set seed along the way while you're living. It's gonna produce trees. Then it's gonna produce food. So while you're growing older, you have food to eat. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
These
Yep.
same
I know
seeds
what you're
become
saying, bro.
blessings. So
Mm-hmm.
we gotta be aware of life and living life. Not just sit back and listen to what people gotta tell you because they teach your grandmother something with meaning that's true. No, this is
Yeah.
why I
Yeah.
always say my grandmother gave me some valuable points, but there are certain things I'm still gonna question. Like things she been taught.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? You see the
Yep.
things she experienced for
Mm-hmm.
herself? The things she experienced for herself, I'm gonna hold on to them because she experienced them, she live it. But the things she been
Yep.
taught, I gotta question them because it's somebody
And that's okay.
teach, and I don't see
You,
anything wrong with that.
bro, you got to ask yourself at a certain point, is it I think it's fair. I can't say 100% for everybody, but anything worth being taught is worth being able to be questioned. That's just my opinion. Anything that is worthy of teaching me, I have the right to question it, because if you stand true and strong in what you teaching and passing on, even if it's 100% right, which it may be, I got the right to question that because it's being passed on to me, because I'm gonna pass that on to somebody else. But the thing is, bro, man, I playing the garden. I never thought we'd talk this long, bro. But I ain't trying to keep you all night. But I do want to add, man, I guess I'm a weird person in this sense. Parts of my life, things I've been through, visions, dreams, real life experiences, I feel like I done been here before. So this go round for me is real important for me to make sure I try and get it right, whatever that means, because that can mean different things for different people. But it's really important for me to like get it right, play it right, uh, try to learn everything I can learn this go round, because I feel, bro, I feel like I done been here before. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to replay this movie. I don't want to run this race again. I want to learn whatever I need to learn, be whoever I need to be, so I can elevate to whatever comes after this in its truest sense. Not just
Yep,
leave
yep.
for a little while and come back. I really want to elevate to something bigger than what we know, because I think the strangest thing about life is life. Life.
That's
Who
true.
experiences something that you can't understand, something that you can't explain? You can fill in the blanks with whatever you want to fill in the blanks with, but at the end of the day, but from the cradle to the grave, most people can't explain the cradle, and most people can't explain the grave.
That's
And damn
true.
sure can't explain everything that happens in between the two. Why can't we just
That's true.
admit that? Why can't we
That's
just
true.
admit that, man?
That's true. Oh man. too much ego. That ain't gonna happen.
Bro,
That's not gonna
I
happen.
wrestle with hey man, I wrestle with that and I try to suppress my ego every day because the ego a lot of people say the love of money is the root of all evil. I disagree. I think the ego is the actual root of all evil because the ego
Yes.
is what makes people push down an old lady and not just hunger. You can be hungry. You can be hungry, but if you hungry with integrity, if you hungry with something deep inside of you, you can see that old lady and you would walk up to her and ask her, can she buy you a piece of bread or do she have $1? And if she say no, you can keep
Exactly.
on walking. But the
Walking.
ego is what says, I'll push her down, I'll snatch her purse. The ego is what says, I'm going to pick on this person because I think they weaker than me so I can feel a little bit better
Hmm.
about myself.
That's true.
We got it all twisted, bro. The ego is is murder, is danger, it's wrong,
It
it's what
is.
kills, it's what make it like outside of self-defense. If you defending yourself in your home, that's one thing, and you won't find no joy in doing it. But some people kill blissfully. They will execute
Oh yeah.
and hurt others blissfully. That is ego, bro.
Yep. And a lot of people have that. That's why they do, they don't admit, they don't know.
Exactly, exactly.
You know, they
That,
don't know.
is it crazy how much courage it take to admit that, man, this is what I think, this is how I feel. But if you ask me directly, I don't know because it's scary.
Right, right.
Because them hear themselves, they hear themselves out loud, bro. When you say, you can say stuff in your mind, but when you admit stuff or when you say certain things out loud, you admitting to yourself and to whoever you talking to.
Right.
Damn, I don't know. That's scary as hell for some people.
Yes, it is. It is. It is. It is. Hi, Brittany Wall. How you doing? Thank you for being here. What's going on? Yeah, man. Say
Hello, everybody.
if you don't know, you just don't know, man. Just this is why with my discussion, them I always say, guys, is an open discussion. Don't get in your feelings.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
just an open discussion where people just feel like people have it because sometimes these things need to be said and discussed. So, by
Hmm.
discussing, people could get a better understanding. Because simple as it, what we talk about today, I guarantee you, if there's one person get something from it, get a understanding from, you understand what I'm saying? Get an understanding from what we're really trying to
Oh
say.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Even as one person. And that one person, it could take them to a place now where they start to, like when I tell them about looking from the spiritual eye, a lot of people say the third eye. Hey, Tanisha Cookie, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Like some people say the third eye, I say the spiritual eye. When you talk about the spiritual eye, wait, give me a minute.
I can't see the chat. What's going on, bro?
Yes, like I talk about the spiritual eye. You know what I mean? Somebody gonna
Hmm.
look into that now because you can't always look from these eyes because all you seeing is the people is their outer appearance and not the
Hmm.
physical. You see what I'm saying? So we got to
Yeah.
start to look from the spiritual. So we're gonna see people from a different aspect and not just
Hmm.
how they look and start judging them from how they
Hmm.
look. and their
Yeah.
appearance.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
I don't believe if a real angel, I'm just saying, I'm just putting it this way. If a real angel coming to you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It ain't coming in no jacket and tie. You know what I'm saying? It might come in a way you least expected. You see what I'm saying? Hey, hi,
Hey,
to
hey, bro.
Abundant Acre, how you doing?
Hey, Two Abundant Acres, how you doing, fam? Bro, I've seen the least among us share the most. I saw that back in my
Exactly.
old hood, and I saw that in the country. I seen it in Dallas. I seen it in the country. I done seen it over here. Most times, the people who have the least to give share the most,
The
and that has
most. That's what they
always
say.
moved me to be. I got a mama and daddy, man. We ain't never. Hey, African Dreaming ain't never been rich in his life. But the reason that I feel the way I feel about the world and certain stuff is because I saw my grandparents do it, and I saw my mama do it, and I saw my daddy do it. In the neighborhood, it might be somebody. Now, I'm telling you, when I'm in my late teens or grown, I heard them talk about this person, but I never. Somebody might be walking through the neighborhood and they down on their luck. They homeless. They may be on drugs or something. They may be whatever. I saw my mom and daddy feed people. If that's all we had to give them was some food, and we ain't always have a whole bunch of food. Sometimes we did, sometimes we didn't. But just giving somebody a plate and making them feel comfortable and welcome, man, I'm telling you, dude. I am adamant about separating religion from my relationship with God, because um I spend less time focused on making sure I'm doing this, that, or whatever. I just want to feel like God, the universe, the Most High, whoever, is pleased with how I've lived, how I've
That,
conducted myself, how I've
that's
acted,
true.
because I have a choice in each one of those moments. I get to decide how I'm gonna treat somebody who either got more than me or how I'm gonna treat somebody who got less than me. Period.
Right, right,
That's just my
right,
philosophy.
right. Yep, yeah, man. I could have this conversation all night, all morning, because it's so deep.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
so deep. It's just you're just going down layer by layer by layer. But it gets so deep that
Mm-hmm.
people will say crazy when you don't when you really get
Right.
in the depths of it. Because you see,
Yeah.
because it's really deep. And when you start to understand certain things and you start to see certain things, you see the greatest teacher is experience. You see?
Yes.
And when you
Yes.
experience
Yes.
certain thing in life, and then you realize you start looking into certain thing and then you see where it makes so much sense. It's like a confirmation
Mm-hmm.
of what's really happening. So you can't, when people having
Yeah.
these conversations, you can't just get mad about it. It's just listen if you want to
Yeah.
listen, and you just pick what sense you can pick out of the conversation. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you can't just
Oh,
shut
I
it
know.
down.
Yeah.
You can't just shut it down
Mm-hmm.
because while we keep shutting stuff down, we messing our own self up. Because we're not learning nothing. All we
Yep.
learning, what we've been taught. We're not even trying to experience anything.
Yeah. And
Like,
and that's
like
what it
for
gets you in the long
instance,
run.
yes,
Uh-huh.
like for instance, growing food, right?
Yeah.
A person can't come, you know what I mean? Me experience these things. So if a person not gonna tell me about about growing food, he have to come very, very good. You understand what I'm saying? He got to come correct. He could tell me certain things. That doesn't mean I have to believe what he said because it's not connecting to what I'm doing. You see? Like, if I tell you, you don't need to grow food with chemical. You could grow food with just soil and leaf and mix it for a period of time and it's going to turn to really good soil. Like I always say, it's not going to happen overnight, but it will happen. I'm telling you that. But I also will
Yep.
show you that. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because I show exactly what I'm doing. Right? So this is something I experience and I'm sharing it with you. So as you know, if you wanna pick few of what I said and try it and see if it works for you. But you can't just tell me that leaf does not work. You see where I'm coming from? You can't tell me, oh no, leaf don't work. You can't tell me that. You could tell, you understand? You have to try and figure out and see for yourself
Yep.
before you could tell me that.
Yep.
So shutting people down all the time doesn't be good all the time. Sometimes you could listen and pick what you can pick out of what they say.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's real, bro. That's
Yes.
real. It's
What?
like basically like even to what you just said right now. We can me and April we can sustain ourselves. We good. But we have people right here. I'm back here again. I can see it. We back here. It's people in this very chat who have uh helped us in ways that allowed us to help other people because you never know the impact you have when you helping somebody. Now you could talk all day about it, but like you said, your lived experience, you know what you know. It's like, bro, I have plant a garden. I'm gonna ask you something. Would you believe that I have talked to people who ain't never been out of their own state who tell me about what life over here in Africa is like?
I
Tell
believe
me about
you.
where I'm at. I mean, it's
I
just human
believe you.
nature, so it happens. But what I'm saying, the bigger point is, man, it's people who I don't know what they may have a lot, they may have a little. I don't know what they got. All I do know for sure is that they put us in a position to be able to help other people in a profound way. Now, I could try to explain that all day, but like you said, when you know.
That's it.
You know for a fact that you can use the compost, you can use the leaf, and it can sustain the land. Hell, I see it every day, but all the stuff we got in the States, man, that ain't over here nowhere. It,
Okay.
there is, I ain't seen it nowhere. It ain't no five. I'm not saying nothing wrong with it. If you want to use that, that's your business. Hell, sometimes I wish I had different stuff to try, but we don't
Right.
have all that over here, man. You use manure, and you use the leaf, and you use compost, and you use that combination of fertilizer, but somehow everybody still eat. Everybody crops come up.
That's it.
Every go round. And what
That's it.
and after you pick the corn and the husk go away, guess what? You feed the cows. You feed the pig. Everything has a use. Everything has a use and a purpose. But we've been so pulled away from that way of seeing and living that we think we need a middleman for like stuff that we don't even need a middleman for,
That's
man.
it. That's it. That's
It's
it.
right there in front of you.
That's it. That's it, man. It's right there. Hey, Seed, Soil, and Sunshine, how you doing? Thank you for coming by. What's
Hey,
up?
see, Saw and Sunshine.
Yeah. Yeah, man. We got to get this And another, we got to get this
Mm.
another time where we just
Of
discuss it.
course,
You know what
bro.
I mean? Yeah,
Hey, bro,
yeah,
just let me know anytime. Anytime.
yeah.
I need to
We
get
got.
some sleep because we got to get we doing the thing tomorrow. So
Oh,
we got to get up for that. But
okay,
yeah,
okay. All right,
anytime,
right. I
Planter.
forgot you in
Thank
your
thank you for having me, bro. I
No
appreciate you,
problem,
man.
man. No
Thank you for
problem.
allowing me. Yeah.
Thank you for coming up, man. I enjoyed the conversation. Thank you so much,
Me
man.
too,
I
brother.
appreciate it. All right. So
All
you
right, you
sleep
take
well,
care.
man. You good night.
Hey, Sante Sana, Nawe Pia, and Siku Mwema. It's
All right.
good
All right.
night. Nekiswahili.
Okay. All right.
Badai.
Peace. Peace. All right. Take care. Thank you. Appreciate you coming up. All right. Yes, guys. How was the conversation, guys? How was the conversation? I think it was a very interesting conversation. We do open discussion and we talk about different topics. And we're not trying to get into nobody's feelings. So guys, don't get discouraged. We here, we want to make everybody comfortable. We just want to have a conversation. So I hope you guys enjoy. All right, Triple Chet Fireman Defense, amazing. She enjoyed. That's wonderful. Because that's what we about, man. Try to have conversation that need to be discussed. So don't get discouraged. Don't get into your feelings. No time to judge. We're not here to judge anyone. We're not here to discriminate. We just sometimes certain things just we need to ask questions and discuss, talk about them. Okay? So yes, guys, I know a lot of gardeners up in here. How you guys, I know you guys getting excited. Okay, let me see what Fifi say. Fifi, peace and bless. All right. Great. Yes, thank you, Fifi Johnny. Appreciate each and every one of you. If anyone come in here tonight that I didn't see, I'm sorry. But thank you all for coming by. I appreciate each and every one of you. Last night, I didn't do the live last night because I ended up come back late. So I didn't want to come on that late. So I said I want to do it tonight, this evening. And a matter of fact, I say I want to do it tonight, but I still come on this evening and we talk about seed. We talk about different topics. So if you hear and you didn't get the full live, you should really check back the replay because I think it's I think it's an interesting topic. So yes, guys, thanks each and every one of you for coming by. I truly appreciate it. I hope each and everyone had a wonderful time here today. Don't forget about the whole garden challenge, guys. I hope you guys getting prepared. I hope you guys getting your soil together because I'm expecting to see a lot of beautiful herbs this season. All right. So thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you guys have a blessed and wonderful weekend. Peace, love, and blessing to each and every one of you. Good night. Thank you, guys. Blessed night, everyone.